Gear Mondays, the greatest Metal Gear podcast ever.
I don't agree with you.
Releasing on Monday, every Monday.
How did you patch into my radio frequency?
Stinks in here. Bad.
Ladies, gearsmen, babies, and gentlethems, you're listening to Metal Gear Mondays, the Games Club podcast covering all things Metal Gear from top to bottom, left to right, inside and out, in pseudo-chronological order. As sometimes, I am your host, Alessio Sommerfield, and this week I am joined by an entire cast of Snatchers that are wearing my friends' faces. First and foremost, Nick Freda.
Fuck it.
Oh, he's really here this time.
I'm actually, fuck it.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Nick,
so
the sample
crazy.
sounds better than you do, so
Yeah, like, why
You've
is
been
it so
replaced.
crispy?
Also, I'm really sensitive to the sun.
yeah, it's weird. I've been sneezing anytime I'm around him.
I've got some words to say about the sunscreen when we get to it, but it's
Nice,
neither here
nice.
nor there.
Liliana Rai.
5 letters, 1 word. Lily. Hello.
And,
Also, I just woke up like 30 minutes ago from a nap.
oh hell yeah!
So I'm going off. The thing that they don't tell you about getting tattoos, especially if you're going to be doing an endurance run, is that your adrenaline is so spiked for an extended period of time, and so when you're done, you crash. And I got like a really painful. I finished my SKA tattoo because my tattoo artist is really cool and basically did it for free for me because I'm moving. And so I got that finished, but it is a very sensitive area and it hurt a lot. And so I was just like, I need to go home and take a nap. And I did. And I woke up naturally.
Snatcher.
30 minutes naturally 30 minutes ago, which is a dangerous proposition when you have to record a podcast with your friends, but I did it.
Nice. And we're joined by Chad Betteridge,
Hello. I didn't think of anything cool or funny to say, so hi.
typical Canadian.
Yeah, I know.
typical
We're very morose people.
It's actually not true at all. The Second City people from Chicago, half of them are like
yeah.
fucking Canadians. So,
Most of your comedians are Canadian.
yeah, true. Or they're shitty New Yorkers. So close enough, close to the border.
I just want to throw out there, just for if anybody doubts our dedication to this podcast, me and Chad are missing professional wrestling for this.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Is it always
totally.
on Tuesday night or Thursday night?
No,
it's
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It's
night. I'm
Wednesday.
an
Yeah,
idiot. Sorry.
we moved it from Thursday to Wednesday, which is the
Yeah.
wrestling night.
Lily took a nap and it somehow took like sleep from me. So I'm like extra exhausted.
Like a Dorian Gray situation? Is that what you two got going
Has
on?
it always been on Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Sunday?
Yeah. By the use of that super sick intro music, you know that we are covering Snatcher. Obviously, also, unless you fell asleep with the podcast playing, you probably saw the title. So this week we are covering Snatcher. This is part 1 of our coverage. We're doing 2 parts, and technically 3 episodes on it because of a guest episode. But we're doing 2 parts. This episode is going to cover all of Act 1. But before we get to that, we've got our usual show open stuff we got to do. Lily, do you want to hit them with the Patreon pitch?
2 parts, 3 episodes. Snatcher. Yeah, so we got to do the rigmarole, which is what I call it, and that is the number one thing that you should never forget is to please review the podcast. Oh, they'll see that in a second if they're paying $10. Review the podcast on your various podcast apps where you listen to the podcast. That is one of the number one ways you can help us out without doing spending any money. So that's really great. So please tell people about us, have them review it. You review it. It's going to be great. Alessio is having a
Oh, I hate the mouth. I don't like that.
Don't like that.
No.
Hate the mouth. Hate the mouth.
But you as a $10 patron will love it.
Mouth's my favorite part, Chad.
Wow.
Yeah, fuck it. But if you do have some extra dollars to throw our way, you can go to patreon.com/MetalGearMondays. At $1, you can join the Discord, where you will probably get access to some of our various in-jokes, but not all of them. That's great. You can also, at $5, get access to the Patriot Club, which is our monthly podcast that we do, the four of us here do alongside James, where we just talk about something that the patrons vote on. So if you're at $5 and up in our Patreon, you can vote on our episode subjects monthly. So that's pretty cool. And if you're paying $10 or more, you can, or $10 or more. If you're paying $10, you can get video. So you're getting video of this. You're getting videos of all of our episodes. You're getting video of the Patriot Club. And you can also be a sponsor of the podcast. And the sponsor for this episode is Kyle Ecola. Thank you, Kyle, which, by the way, as we're recording this, and it's now like 2 weeks out of date because of the way that we're releasing these, Kyle's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Kyle.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday in the past.
You're definitely going to want to get those video episodes, because the week prior to this one, even though we're recording this before it comes out, Lily and I had the best conversation with Vanessa Marshall, aka Olga and Strangelove. And then also you're going to want to see some video for our bonus Snatcher conclusion episode, which will be starring Jeremy Blaustein, who really likes Jethro Tull and a bunch of other Frank Zappa and a bunch of other shit we've discovered from within the game. Lily, do you want to sing our song to carry us into our next segment?
Yes. We've got, now to get into it before we move on to Snatcher, we have my new favorite segment that I like to call Walking in the Light with a Man That's White. And this week, because I think it'll be funnier, my white victim is going to be Nick Freda. Nick, what did we do last time? We talked to Vanessa last
The
time.
stressed out sigh is a great sign.
I love that I could totally play it, but I just enjoy hearing you guys instead.
Last time with Vanessa, or last time? No, with.
Pick your poison, brother.
Okay, so last time on the show we did. Are we talking about the Patriot Club, or are we talking about?
We're talking about Metal Gear Mondays, brother.
Metal Gear Mondays.
Good.
Okay. Yeah.
You watched the show?
Yeah. Oh, I listened. It was the bonus content of Metal Gear Subsistence or Substance, and
that is the last main line.
That is. Yeah, that was the last mainline one.
Well, he said subsistence.
I did, and I corrected myself.
True.
Yes. And we had, is a delight, except for the suffering that happens in Snake Tales. Touched on the suffering that takes place in the virtual trainings,
It's a lot of suffering on those
VR missions.
Bonus.
A substantial amount, you could say.
Yeah. Good show.
It's very funny that Substance added so many things not of substance to the experience.
That's a good. That would have been a good review fucking title back in 2002 or whatever.
Yeah, the Game Pro review of Snake Tales has been on point.
25 hair razors.
Casting theater, and then fan letters and skateboarding. Yeah.
Realistic graphics.
One thing that did come up last episode that we haven't brought up this episode is plugs. So where can everybody find you guys online? We're gonna bring that in real fast before we progress. Nick, where can people find you online?
Stop trying to find me online.
Oh shit!
Do
Okay,
not
ask Jordan.
No, I have. Yeah, you can find me on Blue Sky as pork chop sandwiches, but that's about it.
Lily.
Find me at linktree.com/Liliana Dawn to get all my stuff.
Chat.
You can find me at linktree.com/kilometers Davis, kilometers spelled the new Cobian way, METRES.
Do you know that for sure?
Look me up on your fucking nearest Jordan terminal. It's probably not spelled that way.
Nice. And you can find me at alessiosummerfield.com.
Why did that take you so long? Are you okay? Maybe he is a snatcher. What's
Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday?
I don't know what day of the week it is.
But
I don't leave my house all that much because I work remote. So maybe there's something to be said.
It's because of sunlight.
I'd be honored if a snatcher came for me because that would mean that I was a very important person.
Enough.
True.
Yeah.
To.
So
yeah.
Is it all important people?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
what they say.
The snatchers we encounter in the game in Act 1 are not seemingly very important.
Because we'll talk about them later, but they're just kind of
if we know what their ultimate objective is.
That's true.
We know.
We're just babes in the woods right now, yeah.
Yeah, we're just learning. I don't know what their ultimate objective is because I'm only played.
But you can't be too young of a babe, Chad, because then
New
everyone's going to
Kobe,
come after you.
They do things a little differently.
And they do a little bit. This is a great.
As
this
was
be a
the
great time.
fashion at the time.
This would be a great time to have the Valdez clip, but
of all times to get rid of it.
Of all times, this was the time. It's just that it's just that Alessio uses it so irresponsibly.
All right, so we should, I guess, get into it. I will say this at the very tip top. Even though Act 1 is the longest act, which is why we were going to do it on its own dedicated episode, we are going to have a bunch of development history and stuff. Not like excruciating detail. We're going to sort of hit the highlights. One thing I want to say is if you enjoy what we're about to talk about, you should, super strong YouTube recommendation. They don't have a ton of followers, but I love this channel. Basement Brothers. Essentially it's this bilingual guy who owns an MSX, a PC-88 and a PC-98 who just does 20 to 30 minute video essays on the entire PC-98 catalog.
Oh, wow.
And since 90% of the games are in Japanese or more, without fan translations, it's really sick because he essentially does an entire condensed playthrough, shows you how to load it up and play it on actual hardware, and then gives you a ton of trivia and history about the game. Super sick channel. I would check it out. But they have an episode on Snatcher that's about half an hour, and it actually covers a lot of the differences between the versions. Cool. And he even plays a really good chunk of it on the PC-88, the original release platform, which is really cool. There are some added puzzles that are meta with the computer itself, which I think is cool that we lost in translation. But yeah, so even though Act 1 is quote unquote the longest act, this game is 7 hours if you're taking your time. It's 6 hours probably normally. We're going to cover Act 2 and Act 3 on the next part of our Snatcher coverage. Unfortunately, Act 3 is sort of a bunch of cutscenes strung together because the game was supposed to be 6 acts long, as is the fashion of Kojima
of the time.
Yeah, so Act 3 is probably going to be not very interaction heavy, but yeah. So anyway, that's going to be the season breakdown for the Snatcher portions. Yeah, I guess let's get into it. Does anybody have anything they want to say before we start?
Music fucking rips.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. All right.
Immaculate.
Let's jump. Let's do this shit. All right. So what did you guys know about Snatcher before we got into this? Had any of you guys played it before?
Nope.
I had done maybe the first 30 minutes, but that's it. Not even the end of the factory, I don't think.
Nick, I thought you had. I could have swore you had played it before.
No, and I mean, I played probably the same, similar to Chad. a few years ago, I probably paid like just the beginning on my Steam Deck. And so I still had it on there, which was cool to be able to go back and play it that way. But no, and I honestly, I got Snatcher. I got Snatcher and Police Knots like mixed up. I had no idea which one was which. I just knew they were old Kojima games. I didn't know what they were about or what the timeline was that they take place in and all that. So yeah, pretty fresh to this.
Nice. Yeah, Lily,
I famously have like never, like I was gonna play it for the show. Same with Police Knots as well, but like I didn't like touch it until I was trying to set it up on my Steam Deck to play it for this. But yeah,
nice.
So fresh, beautiful eyes.
Is everybody playing on Steam Deck?
No.
Oh, what are you playing on, Chad?
I am much like
a Sega CD.
He's playing on PC 90
and a $300 copy, original copy.
Dude,
$300.
You say $300.
That's low.
Well, no. So straight up, I saw listings for like $2K, and I was like, surely there's no way people have paid that. So I went to eBay and switched it to like recently sold $1,500.
Wow.
Like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Complete in box in Canadian dollars. I saw a listing that was $2,500.
That's fucking bananas.
I did not do that. I did take out a loan to buy this video game. I am playing much like as a tribute to our friend Ryden from the previous season. I'm playing it in VR on a big CRT in a 90s era bedroom.
That's fucking sick. So you got it to work?
Yeah, it's working great.
That's awesome. Is it fun?
Yeah, it's like actually it's anything that is like 4.3 style, like basically anything from before 2005. I've just been experiencing in there instead because the CRT screen is perfect for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What headset are you using?
Quest 2.
Got it. Not to put you on blast, I have also owned a Quest 2 before it was forcibly taken from me on the streets of New Jersey.
In the street. I
forgot
you got robbed in New Jersey.
It was the worst.
Everything is legal in New Jersey.
It's awful. In typical fashion, so I'm as we all recall from MGS2, I modded an original Xbox. I discovered that with the Sega CD emulator, you can actually put in CDs and it will play the CDs. So I bought a reproduction copy of Snatcher on Sega CD and it reads the disc. And so I get to pretend I'm playing it. Fun fact, Sega CD has no copy protection. So you can literally burn a fucking CDR if you own a Sega CD.
Let's go.
Amazing.
Let's go. I mean, Xbox, the spiritual successor to the Sega. It's a series of systems.
It's very weird to imagine the Xbox startup screen with like the bubbling green like coming in before you actually play Snatcher.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
I'm also playing it whenever I'm going to bed, even though I do have a Steam Deck. I'm playing it as well on the this little Miu Mini handheld that I've got, which has a 4x3 like physical screen on it. And it looks really pretty. And I was able to get it to run with like a CRT filter and everything.
Gorgeous.
Awesome.
So that, and it's got a headphone jack, so I just plug in. But and I'm not taking notes while I'm playing it for like the first run. I usually will do that after the fact. I will say this, if anybody at home has a secondhand Nintendo Wii, I strongly urge you, and this is the way I first played it in 2014. I strongly urge you to modify your Wii and play this on that, because you can use the Pro controller or whatever, the normal controller. You can use it like a controller, but you can have the Wiimote and use it as the gun.
That's cool.
And so that's how I played it the first time, and it was really fucking cool.
Was there a way to like do it like that with the Sega CD? Was there any kind of like light gun? There was a light gun?
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's super cool.
The Enforcer? Is that what it's called?
Whoa.
Dude, that light gun was actually part of a Supreme Court case. What is it called? The Konami, I think it's called the Konami Enforcer. Maybe I am stupid. Justifier, the Konami Justifier. Oh yeah, Lily's got, I think, I modded your Wii, right?
Yeah, I still have it.
Oh, that's sick. The Konami Justifier.
Now, if only the American health system would if only the American health system would modify my Wii. Am I right, everybody? Let's go. Hello. Woo! Woo!
That's so good. I cannot remember who the Democratic senator was. I think from.
Oh, he's famous. What is he?
Michigan?
Is it the same one that's going after everything at the time?
It's not Jack Thompson.
Okay, Jack Thompson was what I was thinking of.
Jack Thompson.
Let me see if I can figure it. I should have written this down.
It wasn't Jay Toms?
Well,
No, I don't think he was ever a
Toms.
senator, right? He was just a lawyer.
Thompson was,
He was
he
some
was
guy.
just a lawyer. Fucking A. I cannot remember. I know he's a Democrat, and it's either like Wisconsin or Michigan or some Midwestern state. But there is video of him like holding up the fucking Konami Justifier and being like, "Do you see these gun toys that we're giving our kids? It teaches them that the only solution to their problems is a gun." And I'm just like, you pick that gun up 4 times in Snatcher over the course of like 7 hours, dude.
Well, and that's crazy. The irony being that this game directly like breaks the fourth wall and refers to senators trying to like make a big stink out about a video game violence.
Yeah,
That's wild.
I think. Herbert Cole is the guy's name. Yeah, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yep. Oh, and
I will say,
famously Joe Lieberman as well.
calling it a gun the Justifier is pretty crazy.
That sounds like a hate crime.
That's so good.
It does.
And funny enough, the Konami PR person who you can talk to on the phone in this game notably has a picture of her holding the fucking Konami Justifier. But yeah, so weirdly enough, so this game, the Sega CD version is the only version that works with the light gun, period, across all releases. And then Police Knots, the only version that works with the light gun is on the Sega Saturn. So I don't know what the fuck was up with Konami and Sega, but somebody was like, slap a gun on it and we got you, baby.
It's basically the Digimon philosophy.
Yeah.
Slap a gun on it.
Yeah.
Put a gun on that tiger. You're doing all right.
Yeah, the Digimon design ethos. I don't know what the Sega Saturn gun is called, but I do own that one. And I am going to be using it for Police Knots.
It's probably something like Final Solution or
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fucking
Welcome to the main
insane.
feed, Nick. Let's go.
No, it's just called a
Welcome back.
stunner. It's just called the Sega Saturn Stunner.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it's not Konami. That's Sega's gun. Anyway, it's called the Sega Saturn Stunner.
That's
Stunner.
Sega's gun.
That's Sega's gun.
Step up, you want the tempo to give it the
not that
pain.
version.
No, you're good.
I wasn't expecting the disturbed version of Stone Cold Steve Austin's
Spoke
theme
through
song to
you.
make me laugh so much.
So for anybody who thinks, including myself, that it's strange that Hideo Kojima decided to do a fucking text-based graphical adventure game, I think this is me just like assuming, and I'm curious to hear what you guys think, but I think because that type of game allows for like more emphasis to be put on graphics that are impossible to keep throughout normal gameplay, I think he was like, oh, I can make something super cinematic and I don't have to worry about like fucking action game controls to do it. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on like, because he quite literally, it was Metal Gear 1 into this, I think, because Metal Gear 2 came out in 1990. So he did OG Metal Gear and then did Snatcher and then did Metal Gear 2. So like for this to come right after Metal Gear, and like we all know what MSX Metal Gear looks like it's very rudimentary compared to something like this. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have any thoughts, feelings on Kojima's trajectory with this?
I mean, I think it's super cool that how heavy it leans on like theater of the mind. Like you get certain visual images to kind of feed your imagination as you're doing it. So I think for him to have tried to create this world, by having you fill in all the gaps by using text and that kind of thing, like even your Gillian can be different depending on like your choices that you make in this game. He can be much more silly or much more pervy, just based on however you
from the baseline of very pervy,
very pervy to extremely pervy. but I think that does there's a lot of heavy lifting by making it a text adventure with a few visual images to work from, to give your brain something to work from. And I found it worked out really, really well.
He picks what to show you pretty effectively. Like if you're watching the $10 feed, like the one behind Alessio, like that's pretty evocative. Like that's a pretty great like highlight for that whole scene that we're going to talk about. Or
like
later.
the first death in the game is like shocking.
It is shocking. Like I was like, holy shit, because like I said, I never played it, and I've only like seen like snips of it, like you got like Mark II and all this other stuff that you've seen, and I've like never seen like any of the very grisly deaths that occur in this video game. So the first time I like rounded that pillar in the warehouse and saw the first thing, I was like, holy fuck, this is insane.
Yeah.
Well, and I do think, unlike its contemporaries, not for the PC-88 release, but for the Sega CD release, it's like on Sega CD, you had like fucking Night Trap and like all these full motion video, like very hokey. And because this is not full motion video, it's like, even though Night Trap has like very adult shit going on in it, I think because this is within the confines of the graphics that you see, which are absolutely gorgeous. I think it's just way more intense feeling, and this is like a very adult video game for 1994. I feel
well, I'm shocked that it got a T rating. That's also crazy to me.
Yeah, that's wild.
I think this might have been pre-mature rating.
When
did the Mortal Kombat thing?
Yeah, this is like kids to adults rating era, or like K to A, you know. Peggy 16.
Yeah, this was ESRB's lawless era.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, this would for sure get out now.
September 94. September 94 was the first M rating on
so it was
console, which was Doom on the Super Nintendo.
I would say this is, well, I don't know. This came
out like that same year, so I'm very surprised.
What month did this come out?
I think it was, I don't know. I think it was also September.
Oh.
Let me check.
Hell of a month.
They just fucking dodged it completely.
They just thought it was text and said, fuck it.
Or they didn't have like their standardization system like fully in place, it being new.
Oh wow. So EU December 94, US was January 95.
Wow, so it really did dodge it. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. Let me see the case. Yeah, it
really
is
dodging ESRB ratings like our president dodges the draft.
This is like Gremlins getting a PG rating.
Oh, straight up. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
So hold on. Could we have just gotten the Lisa clip that they changed if they would have just given it a mature rating? Like, come on.
No!
We'll talk about all the changes.
Lisa, you're tearing me apart, Lisa.
We can talk about all the changes and stuff roughly, but I do want to point out two things. One, notably, this is when Kojima becomes the most fucking OCD hands-on. This is the beginning of the Kojima that we know, because during Metal Gear, Kojima arguably had no ability to program, script, do anything, really. He was forced to communicate with a team of people. However, between Metal Gear and Snatcher, he essentially had programmers at Konami create a rudimentary scripting tool that he could write everything himself. So like all of the scripting as far as like the if-then variables and all that other shit, Kojima was able to sit in his office and write and write and write, and then they'd come to the office and he would have written fucking reams of stuff. So originally Kojima had wanted to make a game like this ever since he played the Portopia serial murder mystery game, serial murder case. I want to check really quickly when the Portopia serial murder case came out in 83, and it was designed by fucking Dragon Quest creator Yuji Horii.
Wow.
And Kojima loved it, and it was on a lot of these old Japanese PCs. It was like PC 6000, but then eventually came to the PC 88. But Kojima loved it, and he wanted to make an adventure game. Obviously, this is pre-Metal Gear. And then it wasn't until Enix put out a game called Jesus Dreadful Biomonster that Kojima was like, I gotta make this. Jesus Dreadful Biomonster plays a whole lot like if this game was based on Alien instead of Blade Runner. It is very similar. It's like menu driven. It's graphics heavy.
What words did you just say to me? What? That's not. What the fuck are you talking about?
So I'll walk you through it.
What Jesus Dreadful Biomonster is like this, but if it played like Alien, what the fuck are you
just
talking about?
Just so everybody knows, we're recording on April 1st. And
This is real.
Alessio is.
This is a real game. Look up Enix Jesus Dreadful Biomonster.
Tale of the Dreadful Biomonster.
But so Jesus is the name of a space station. And it's JESUS, but no, I can't find what the fuck the acronym.
Oh, there's even like a little partner robot.
Yeah. And the space station is shaped like the double-bladed sword from the Book of Revelation.
Amazing!
Wow.
What? That's so cool.
And
dude.
everyone on the space station is fighting against roaming aliens who are riding the Halley's Comet.
They're called Judases. They're not.
Yeah.
I'm just making that up.
So anyway, Kojima played that. Was
Chad,
fucking rad.
Of all nights for you to say the word Judas.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We don't know,
PTSD.
and you're bringing it into the universe. We don't.
I feel like this is.
Oh, you haven't. Oh, okay. You haven't seen any of the stuff.
I do anything for
No.
Jesus.
Oh God, it's happened, didn't it?
Anyway, so yeah, Kojima was like, I want to capitalize on this, but in classic Kojima fashion, he starts developing this, and it was originally meant to be 6 acts. He wanted to make it this huge fucking game. He ran out of money. Ran out of time. It was a year and a half late to what Konami had asked him to release it by. And so it released originally on PC 98 with 2 acts, period. Sort of ended on a cliffhanger, sort of sequel baiting. And even though Konami would then republish and report this game like 8 times, they would never greenlight a sequel, which is very weird considering that Police Knots is effectively a spiritual successor.
Yeah.
I think they've been tired of Kojima for decades.
That is what I'm hearing
from the jump.
They're like, this guy's always doing this.
I'm like, the thing of it is like, I wonder like what his trajectory might have been if they hadn't tried to force through Snake's Revenge, right? Because he was done.
True.
He was content to just not make Metal Gear anymore, and then they released Snake's Revenge and he had something to prove, and then as soon as he did that, like it was over. Like that was his career.
We might have gotten a lot of like really cool movie ripoffs, just like of just different genres or styles of games.
I wonder like if we would have gotten a horror game from him sooner.
Yeah, this game actually.
Oh, I mean, look at this.
Game has some fucking horror elements that
there's
I really
some
dig.
stuff like that fucking factory.
The factory so
immediately.
Good.
Oh, God,
well, in the PC 88 version, if you guys watch any videos of it, so because of the hardware limitations on the discs, so all the games shipped on like 5 or 6 5-inch floppies that you literally. So a PC 88 has 2 disk drives. And so you put in like a system disk, but then you have to swap out the second disk depending on the scenario that you're playing. And because of that, all it could do was reproduce sound using like the built-in speaker on the PC 88. So everything is like, even the way people talk is very Animal Crossing. It's like a little vocal synthesized thing. But there's not a ton of music.
Now I'm thinking of a KK Slider version of Tension of Passion or
yeah. But there's not a ton of music, but when it shows up, it's super creepy, and it's like the factory music, right? And so I feel like watching the PC 88 version, there is a lot more sort of tense. This feels creepy because it's dead silent, which we didn't really get in the Sega CD version. But anyway, yeah, the fact that Kojima wanted to make a fucking visual novel since 83 and then ends up making Metal Gear because they want him to do a soldier action-y game. I think that kind of fucked us on the Kojima trip pretty much immediately. So I do want to see like an alternate reality where David Lynch does Revenge of the Jedi, where Kojima never does Metal Gear 2.
Where Kevin Smith got to do Superman with Nick Cage.
Yeah, Kevin Smith got to do Superman with Nick Cage. Like they're very, very fun alternate reality.
I don't want to tip my hand too much for the next series of episodes with this and Police Knots. I don't think I want to see the alternate
That's
reality
fair.
where Kojima
That's
didn't do
fair.
Metal Gear, actually.
This
was enough.
Fair.
Yeah. And none of us
got
beat.
We got our taste of it.
Yeah, we did get a taste. That is for sure. So yeah, anyway, we'll talk more about what Chad is alluding to because we do have to address that at the top. And primarily, I will say this, we're kind of breaking new ground by addressing it because I think the fact that Snatcher predates mainstream internet by so long means that the only people talking about it online are like diehards.
Right.
And so there is like this patina that we need to address that I feel like from my research, hardly anyone ever addresses other than, oh, LOL. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll get to it. I do want to touch on some other things super, super quickly. So for whatever fucking reason in 1990, when Snatcher first came out for PC 88 in 1988, Konami said, hey, the only condition is we want you to put out an MSX2 version alongside it because they had some deal with MSX to like make all these games. Hence why Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 are also on the MSX. The MSX version of Snatcher does have an English translation, and I do feel like the art looks way fucking cool. So like you should check that out. But anyway, at the same time, the following year, 2 years, SD Snatcher was greenlit, which is this Konami project to turn Snatcher into a top-down JRPG. And in SD Snatcher, Kojima tacked on like a whole third act, which we would then get in the Sega CD version.
And the SD, of course, standing for super deformed, and they're all chibi characters. If I have time at the end of the season, I think I might want to like at least check this out for a few hours.
We were going to cover it. We were going to cover it, and maybe we will do down the road at some point. But the original idea was to cover it as part of the season, but it felt like too much to try to
the schedule was,
lump in.
I've heard it's not great. I know I've heard the battle system is cool, but that it's overall it's kind of
right.
super amazing.
Fun fact is that SD Snatcher is widely considered to be the very first English fan translation of a video game.
Whoa.
So, because fan translation for that came out like the year it came out, I think.
Some of these screenshots of SD Snatcher are so great.
It's so good. It does summarize the main game before it gets into new shit. But I do want to blow the lid off of something.
Oh my god, the Gibson scene is crazy. Sorry. That's amazing.
That's so good. I do want to I'll go through the release history and then I'll drop this bombshell because I didn't fucking know it until today. So 1992 they released the PC Engine version, aka in the US the TurboGrafx. If you don't know what that is, that's because nobody fucking bought it.
Nobody does, so you're in good company.
Yeah. Splatterhouse was a TurboGrafx game, and that game fucking slaps. But anyway, so PC Engine released like a CD-ROM version, which allowed them to put voice acting and the music that we hear in the Sega CD version and all this other stuff. And that music. But this is called the Snatcher CD Romantic version, aka the director's cut. And this fully added the act 3. It also added some additional cases, which essentially it's the Sega CD version. Updated graphics. This would be the basis for the version that we played. This is what Kojima directed, was the 92 version. The PC 88 and the MSX versions were directed by Naoki Matsui. And so all Kojima did was write the scenario and the script for Snatcher. So it's hard to say without having played them how different the PC Engine / Sega CD take is from what Naoki directed. But I just thought it was very interesting because I had no idea that Kojima technically didn't direct the game until the 92 version based on the research I was doing.
And then every subsequent version after that, right? That's all still him?
Well, so I don't think he had anything to do with any version after.
Oh, they
PC
were just,
Engine.
wow.
It's just they were based on the PC
I guess
Engine.
because all the content was there. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's weird that Kojima gets like all the credit, which, like, don't get me wrong, he did the scripting, he did the scenario. Obviously, he did a fuck ton of world building. Like, I will say one thing that is very cool about this game is between the manual and the concept art and the manga and all this other stuff, there is a shit ton of world building that this game only like scratches the surface on, and I love it because you can tell that there's been all this like thought that went into it, and we're just seeing like the top layer. So it doesn't feel like it's like a one-to-one Blade Runner ripoff, even if stylistically it may as well be a Blade Runner ripoff. Blowing through the rest of this, I will say, so PlayStation and Saturn had a version released in 1996. I'm going to go ahead and say these are fucking awful. And I will say this from personal experience because I bought a Japanese copy of Snatcher on the Saturn, and I played it on the Saturn, and it looks and sounds awful. They filled in all the black with like this shitty chrome gradient. Everything is like that shitty reboot, like capital R reboot / like Cubics, robots for everyone. Like really
I loved Cubics.
It's just that shitty CG. Like the whole intro, Chad, you pointed it out on the Discord. The whole intro is completely different.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's the key,
like
and like obviously we're going
out.
to talk about the intro in a second, but there's I think a pretty important little short conversation between Gillian and his wife, and that they just gone.
Jamie, please.
Yeah, it's just gone. It's replaced with like a shitty CG like car flying.
Is all of the text, the rest of it, the same? It's just the graphics and the music have changed
so
around
nobody has translated the PlayStation and the Saturn versions, I think, because essentially like Sega CD is the best version. But I put my phone on a tripod and aimed it at my TV and just had translate pulled up and was just like playing it like that. And like, it doesn't seem that different, to be honest. The music is fucking atrocious. Like, I don't know. Like, I'll put in the show notes, like I'll link to the Junker HQ theme and like the Sega CD, and then I'll link to the Saturn version. I can't even tell if it's the same notes. Like, it's like ran through like an elevator music filter.
Yeah, it's like Muzak. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
It's nothing.
Yeah. So I don't understand.
Did they also did they censor any like the gore in those releases? Is that still present?
I think it's the same as the Sega CD. Oh, sorry. No, it's not the same as the Sega CD. It'd be the same as the PC Engine because they were Japan only.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they were sort of treated, because they came so late, they were sort of treated as like, if somehow you're one of the people who never fucking played this, here you go, kind of a release. But yeah.
Well, on the flip side there that you implied is that, of course, the Sega CD version, no Japanese version. It's only got released in the West.
Yeah. But PC Engine and in general, Japanese like NEC based PC sort of game systems, quote unquote. I mean, they were straight up computers, super heavily used by the Japanese population. So I will say I found this to be funny. It wouldn't be until 10 years later when Westwood Studios would develop like an actual licensed point and click adventure game based on Blade Runner. So for like at least a decade, this was like the only Blade Runner video game.
Yeah.
It really is just Blade Runner though, isn't it? Chad, what did you say in our chat? It's just like, what if Blade Runner, but Deckard was just really fucking horny?
Deckard was like just as sad, but then also really horny. It's interesting. This is the earliest in Kojima's career that I've ever like experienced him, because I haven't played that first Metal Gear game yet. And it's crazy that like this is him at like his most plagiaristic, and obviously like he does do some cool things with it, and like he does go in some different directions, but it's like this and Police Nuts both, that they're like super blatant. He even kind of self-plagiarizes a little bit here, which he would obviously do for his whole career. But, but yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And the imagery of the characters, very plagiaristic. I mean, you've got, even in your background there, I'm pretty sure that's James Caan.
It does look like James Caan.
And then,
Whoa,
like,
it does.
and then you've got behind me, that's Sting from David
Sting.
Lynch's Dune.
It's Sting and
that's-
Rutger Hauer
yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Well,
Sting,
fucking,
Rutger.
fucking. Speaking of Rutger Hauer, like we got some fucking stuff to talk about later. It's like I wonder which one of the suspects is the one I need to go look for. Maybe it's the one that looks like fucking. Rutger
Yeah, maybe
Hauer.
it's not the stoner, bro.
Yeah,
maybe
maybe it's the
like
guy that
in-
looks like Roy Batty. Like what? Are you
Yeah.
talking about?
and I think like original Metal Gear, right, is like Sean Connery, and I forget who else.
Oh,
is
it's
who's that on
young
the
Christopher Walken.
cover? Christopher Walken.
Yeah, Deer
yeah.
Hunter era Christopher Walken. And then obviously on the cover, it's the homie from Terminator who plays Kyle Reese.
Yeah, so very. He's not afraid to
Yeah.
No, and he's
I will-
never
parcel
been-
rip.
I don't know
things.
why, but like so I'm gonna go ahead and lay this out. I love Blade Runner. I love Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. Like I literally just read it again like a year ago. I love this sort of kind of neo noir.
Oh,
I think at the time it was referred to as tech noir.
Mm.
But which is also the name of a club in Terminator, which I find funny. But I've never been upset by Kojima ripping off because I personally I fucking like love his take on it, or I guess the team, like Konami's 90s Japanese video game interpretation. I don't know what it is, but like something about the style of Snatcher just like fucking pins me to the table like a goddamn butterfly.
it's like-
It's really good.
And it's very good, and it's like Tarantino ripoff level of like just almost like homage to things that like he loves, but maybe a little closer to a 1-to-1 on some of it. So, but it's a blended. It's in a blender.
You can definitely tell that it's like done with affection. I think there could be like a world where it's done in a way that like feels kind of gross. But like you can tell that he loves Blade Runner, and you can tell that this is like a heartfelt letter to it.
yeah.
his own
feel
story.
cheap.
To his credit, like lifting the setting of Blade Runner means you have a fucking sick setting for your story. You know, like it's extremely cool as a location here for the same reason it was so cool in the movie. And also, like, we can't pretend that cyberpunk as a genre hasn't been ripping off Blade Runner for. I did that almost half a century, which makes me want to die because that's fucking horrifying. That's a horrifying thing to have to say.
That sucks.
Like you said, Alessio, I don't think something being derivative means it automatically can't be considered great art. I think it depends on what it does with that and what it has to say that might be a fresh take on the same thing, on the same themes of the thing that it is taking influence from.
Sure.
And since we're only done Act 1, the jury's still out for me as far as that goes with Snatcher. We'll see where we end up.
Yeah. I haven't. I mean, like I said, I beat the game in 2014, but like I've only played Act 1 so far for this.
So kind to have like end of Act 1 in very
it's
big
so good.
bold letters.
Oh, thank you.
And then even Mark 2 is like, "Do you want to save?
Would you like to save?
Yeah.
Yes, I would.
Thank you, Metal. I love
Yeah,
that they call
when-
it Metal.
Yeah, when
that's
Gillian
great.
calls, I don't want to say him because it's clearly a woman's voice.
Yeah,
like I just want to be
it
like
is a
her.
woman's voice.
But anytime Gillian calls him Metal, I'm just like, can you just say Metal Gear? Like Metal sounds weird. But speaking
kinda
of Metal, quote unquote Kojima Productions at the time, obviously it was not Kojima Productions, and on Metal Gear it was just Konami. On this game, on the original version, there is a splash screen for the little studio that they had carved out called Metal Slave. And it's
Ooh.
like this crazy cyborg holding like a flying V guitar. And so that was the name of their team, I guess, in the 80s, which I thought was pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of development. I think a lot of the stuff as far as like trivia we can touch on as we go. I will say this is the last thing that I'll say. I learned about this today, and this is so weird. So there was a project in 2011 that was released called, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's Snatcher, but replace the N with a D. Stature?
Snatcher.
Stature.
No drama.
Like statutory.
Yeah. So what it stood for was it's Suda 51. Suda51 did a Snatcher project. And so it was a radio drama, but
wow,
it's totally based around Gibson.
No drama.
That's
really cool.
so cool.
And so it's like the lead
really
up
cool
to the game. So it's like Gibson.
Yeah.
Like, he,
Oh,
like
what the hell?
I think it's like 4 years leading up to the game. But it was supposed to be a 2-part radio drama. They only did 1 part. And before the announcement, Suda kept talking about how he was working on Project S. And IGN interviewed him about it a couple times, and he wouldn't give any comment. But then when this radio drama came out, both him and Kojima like promoted the shit out of it. And so there's like a weird fucking world in which
this is like about the establishment of like Junker as a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Because Junker,
cool.
I think they said they'd only been around since the August before.
Yeah, it said 4 years before the events of the game, Junker has not been established, and it's about Jean-Jacques like building.
Oh, his wife Alice is in it too. That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, speaking of alternate realities, there could have been an alternate reality where like Suda51 a la the Silver Case did like, because that's the thing is like a lot of Suda51's games, the early shit were essentially visual novels. Because you have Silver Case, then you've got the sequel to Silver Case, and then there is that. It came out on the DS in the United States. It was like Rain, Sun, something, which was like a prequel to Killer 7 in like spiritual sort of. Yeah, I don't know. So that's the thing is before Suda became this sort of like, I love him, but I'm going to go ahead and call it what it is. This like sort of B movie kind of like intentional schlock guy with his games. He did do, I mean, he got his start writing and directing for Superfire Pro Wrestling in 1994.
Right. He did, yeah.
Also,
by the way, I just want to throw this out there. There's been like some weird revisionist history about Suda in the last couple of years that claim it's not 51, it's Suda 51.
Oh, that's
he
weird.
he has confirmed himself that it's 51.
I think in Japanese, Goichi would be 5-1, wouldn't it?
I think that's why it was thought that it was Suda 5-1, but he's confirmed directly that it's.
Because it would be Goju Ichi if it was 51.
Yeah, if it was 51, but he's been like, no, it's 51.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, thanks.
So literally for a decade before Killer 7, and then even the year of Killer 7, it was nothing but like graphical text-based adventures. Twilight Syndrome, Moonlight Syndrome, Silver Case, Flower, Sun and Rain, and 25th Ward, which is the Silver Case sequel. But yeah, go play those games. Silver Case is really sick. And he does like a callback to that style in what is it called? Travis's Revenge or something. The whatever the weird spin-off.
Travis Strikes Again or something.
Yeah, there we go. It's Travis Strikes Again. Yeah. He does like a whole mode where you play essentially one of those older games. Anyway, that is a good segue into the generalities for this game. How would you guys describe? It doesn't feel like a visual novel, but it also doesn't feel like a puzzle game.
It's a graphic adventure game.
It's a graphic adventure, legitimately, and I've described this in our chat. If you have any kind of familiarity with Phoenix Wright, Phoenix Wright is like the brainchild of this video game, like detective, like looking around like static scenes and finding clues and like checking every corner and stuff like that. Not as much like text-based solving in Phoenix Wright, but like if you start with Phoenix Wright, you have a pretty solid idea of what you're getting into.
And the character archetypes and stuff I feel like are pretty similar as well.
Yeah. It's definitely more hardcore than Phoenix Wright as far as like
I mean Snatcher is like dudes getting their fucking heads blown off and all that. Like Phoenix Wright doesn't have decapitation
quite that much.
It makes me think a lot of like the old like LucasArts, like Secret of Monkey Island or like Fate of Atlantis. And then I think Sierra did games like that too, where you had you just have your different verb options like look, pick up, do this. And so your choices kind of change contextually, but you always have some of those main ones like look and investigate. And so it kind of feels like that, but without as much visually to work with. So it feels more text heavy than graphics heavy.
Sure.
Yeah, it's definitely like
it's doing a lot
between visual novel and adventure game like that for sure.
And I think what's doing a lot of the heavy lifting on that visual novel half of it is the tone of it, right? Like the over the top horniness is such an ingrained trope in Japanese visual novels, where it's like the odds of it's you're more likely to get one that is horny to the point of it being gross rather than have one that has like no sex in it at all. Like I can't off the top of my head think, I guess like Phoenix Wright would be like the one example I can think of, right? That's the the only
like even like
non-horny
Steins Gate has like pervy interludes. Like
I'm just like thinking about like even like up to like modern standards. Like if you think about like even like Doki Doki Literature Club or something like that.
Oh yeah, that still gets real horny.
Yeah.
It took me a while to realize the difference between look and investigate as far as like your verb options.
Oh my God.
I feel like it interchanges constantly.
Do you like, cause like, and I think I figured it out eventually because like look is like, like just looking
observe,
from afar. And investigate is touch. And
it's
like,
touch.
So it like, but you have to investigate. So you're going to get forced into touching people or things, and it's sometimes it's funny, like when the chief I think is like, whoa,
stop touching me.
If you keep doing it, it's very funny too, because he just like, and it's funny because like the detail is great, but also one of my biggest gripes is the fact that you have to investigate, look, or interact with things like 15 fucking times.
Yeah.
Like, I wish it
well,
would just
it goes back to
grade
his like
out
his history of just like you have to call Otacon 78 and a half times and then you get the special mailing code. Like it's very much in that vein. Those scenes that I sent you the pictures of that we'll talk about it later, but those scenes that I showed you the picture of, I was like, thanks Kojima, were from investigating an area like 30 times.
Yeah.
It would be one thing if it telegraphed, like, for example, there's going to be one part where you have to knock a few times, and like if the text changed every time, like, and you kept getting new text, but you have to do it multiple times and it's giving you the same exact text. Any other game that tells you you've done everything that you can do with that option, and that's not
like even in
the case
like
with this.
Souls, which is like kind of esoteric in its story presentation, is like if they're repeating dialogue, you don't have to talk to them anymore.
You don't
exactly.
Like
it's like
that's a rule of that universe,
but not here. I don't think so.
One thing I've noticed too, mostly because friend of the show Matt and I have been working on a very similar type of game, is one of the things we kind of built in order to make the world feel more lived in was like after a set number of interactions, something changes. And I noticed that there are scenes in this game where it does not matter what you click, as long as you click something like 10 times. Then something changes. And I think it's because like I have been like game testing that mechanic and been able to like notice how bullshit it feels. That like it's super jumped out when I was playing.
There's like one or two instances where I was just like, am I doing something wrong? And I looked up a guide and the guide literally just says investigate X7, but does not specify what you need to investigate.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it's just like, just look at something 7 times. It's like, all right, cool,
the
man.
fucking chess piece in Gibson's office, I want to fucking kill myself. I was in his office for like an hour before I was like, I give up, I'm moving on. Like,
see, now that's my problem is that look, I can get behind the fact that look is one thing and investigate is another thing, but the issue is that there's no consistency in how they are applied, where a lot of the times looking is what gets you to pick up an item and keep it in the inventory. And then sometimes it's investigate, and you don't know which one it's going to be. You just got to fucking figure it out every time.
And that's the other thing too, is like you can look at something, but then it won't get put into your evidence, like for an example, but then you have to investigate it. But then if you investigate it, it then goes into like you look at it and then it goes into the investigate menu, and then you investigate it. And then it's just like, it's just like, there had to have been some design philosophy at the time that prevented this from being so frustrating.
I mean, it is a PC-88 game that then got like glowed up for the Sega CD. So it's like we are talking about like 80s Japanese computer.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think I would really enjoy it if there were Easter eggs hidden behind like multiple, like you do it a bunch of times.
There are in some cases.
There are, but if it was exclusively that and not like the critical path things, of course.
Sure. Like I said, all you'd have to do is just gray it out. Like every once in a while, Mika or whomever will say like, hey, I'm sick of talking about that. And then it removes the item from the menu. Just like do that more often or gray it out or whatever. Like
It's one of those. It's crazy that because we know the capability is there, and I think that's what makes it more frustrating is that it does happen, but not consistently enough where you're doing it for important things where it would be a good idea to have it done.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it might have just been because Kojima was in that little room by himself with that programming, and he was just typing away. And
100%.
Well, buckle up because I'm pretty sure that they're two separate things in Police Nods as well. So you're going to be dealing with this for a while.
I will say the entire reason why I bought a fucking mouse for my Sega Saturn was because I was reading online that it is a fucking nightmare to play with a controller.
Yeah, the shooting is...
Not only that, but there's like pixel perfect fucking item clicking in the environment.
Oh, yes, there is.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, nope, I'm going to get a mouse and I'm going to shoot with a gun. Like those are my things. But
my favorite verb is smell.
Yeah, when that comes up.
I hate that.
Smell.
The thing that I hate when it comes up is the do something.
Sniff written out.
I
hate do
I'm
something.
like, oh no, what's going to be under this fucking menu?
Sucks.
There's nothing good under that menu ever. It's always like pervert shit.
Yeah.
Which like we should just go ahead and address it. I'm not going to call it out every fucking time because it is so frequent. Like we will call out when it is worth talking about. Yeah. But I just want to say here at the top, one thing that like subtracts an entire fucking letter grade, unfortunately, and I didn't notice it as much in 2014 because I'm like in my fucking early 20s. I'm probably horned out of my fucking mind at the time too. But like the level,
love this game.
It's not even like I don't. Like there's a moment where it sort of happens with the character that's behind Chad right now, but at least in that moment, it's seemingly consensual because of the character.
When you go there, finally somebody I can objectify. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, but again, written by a man, which means the whole thing is fucking questionable. But I just want to say, like, Gillian, no matter how cool of an idea his character is, no matter how cool of a setup it is, even if he's the nicest dude in the world, when you look at 75% of the text, a good quarter of the words that come out of this man's mouth are
detestable,
creepy at best, and like rapey at worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
From the get-go, like he can't get to Mika because she's in that like
he's like
that.
Oh, let me at her.
Like, he's like, I wish I could get in there.
I can't. I want to, but I can't.
Well, and like the argument, right, is like there's the whole "such was the fashion of the time" kind of nonsense, which like whatever. Like I'll accept that for some of it, but definitely not all of it. And then the other thing is that there's this argument, right, that it's like, oh, well, he's only acting pervy because you're clicking all these things when like you should be role playing. But the thing is even when you're playing it straight, and this happens with Mika, the first fucking words out of his mouth are essentially like, oh, I'm going to love working at Junker HQ because I get to work with fucking gorgeous babes like you. You can't even,
if you just look, they just like, look at that fucking hot piece of ass. It's like, oh my God.
And it's like, and it's crazy because like what I love about Mika too is like her response to this is like, don't you have a fucking wife?
Yeah, Mika's great. Mm-hmm. But even Mika, at a certain point, you can tell the game is like bending women to his will, because at a certain point, I can't remember what you do. I think you talk to her a couple of times.
She's like, talk to me after the mission, after you're done.
Well, and then she calls him an attractive man.
Even like Isabella, which you said is like consensual. You like there's a period where like if you pester her enough, she'll give you her phone number, and she does not want to give you her phone number. Well, yeah, I know.
Did you call the number?
I know, but you know what I mean. Like it's just one of those.
I didn't even get the number because I tried twice, and I was like, I feel gross. Like I'm stopping. Like,
see, you that's can, like, the worst. Like Bucker, she clearly doesn't want to do it, and so
she kisses him
to the.
But you've been trained to keep trying till you get further in the critical
path. The game is like manipulating you.
The game is like telling you
into being this lecherous bastard.
Because you know what, she might give you something for Metal Gear to hold on to if you keep like pest. You know,
that's the worst part about being in control of a sex offending Kojima protagonist is that if I see an option, I'm gonna click it.
Yeah.
Persuade. Also, that sounds bad.
Hey,
I'm gonna
Gillian's
do it.
singing the same thing.
And also, like, Jamie is fucking gorgeous.
Oh my
Like-
gosh, yeah.
And so
Jamie, please.
Yeah. I'm tired
That's
of
good.
these
That's what he
fucking low value men horn dogging behind their wives' backs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
he's
love
got
that
a
Metal
wife.
Gear as well is like, I'd rather live with Jamie. Like, can we make that happen, please?
Yeah.
Like,
I'd also rather live with Jamie.
yeah,
I don't know
exactly. It's
why.
like, me too, dude. Also, Jamie does not take any shit. She's like, can you just
Yeah.
shut the fuck up and leave me alone? Like,
Mhm.
Doesn't Metal Gear say some like questionable things sometimes
Yes.
too?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like in that regard?
unfortunately. Yeah, because Metal Gear 90% of the time, and we'll talk about it, you're probably like, what the fuck are you guys talking about if you have no experience with this game?
Yeah, we should just get into it. We should just
Yeah, well, let's get into
the
we'll get into it.
podcast
We'll
we
touch
go.
on it. I just want
Let's
you guys
talk
to
about
know,
the shooting first.
when
Before we
when we're
dip.
not saying it, just imagine that Gillian is being a creepy fuck. It's almost
yeah,
like imagine if you were a pervert who just out loud said all of the random shit you're thinking of with no filter
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Mhm.
including very passe terms to refer to people that have
Yes.
gone out of
Yeah.
fashion for 20 years by that point. Well, I
voice
guess it's
acting-
2056, so like 100 years.
The voice acting in particular, I will say, I really like. I think
It's
the
good.
voice acting
Yeah.
is well done. It's
And-
just
and
the
Gillian-
There's
words
some
they're
quirks that I
saying.
really love.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Gillian's really likable outside of that element.
Yeah,
like
which
he's
is crazy.
Like, yeah, he's a fun character. Beside that,
Silence on the Chad camp.
It's something I want to talk about more, but I do have some issues with the inconsistency in his character and how he's written and how it doesn't
Yeah.
really make a lot of
There,
sense.
like he definitely like goes like his aggro is like all over the fucking place. Clearly for Malessio's
Yeah,
background
yeah.
here, but like,
But yeah,
it's-
Chad, you wanted
he's-
to talk about the shooting.
Yeah, so if you're not playing with the light gun, there are a few action sequences in the game that involve shooting at an enemy or enemies before they can fire at you as they dodge around the screen. These are done using the gamepad to aim at a 9-point grid, I
It's
guess.
like a
Mhm.
3 by
3x3.
or 3 by
And,
3. Sorry, 3x3.
And it feels good.
It's cool.
I've been using the D-pad. It feels great. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
the light gun experience is like, but
It's still the same quadrants no matter where you shoot.
Yeah.
It's like it auto
Nice, okay.
snaps to the.
Yeah, I've also been using the D-pad and it works really good. I
On
did the shooting gallery at the
it was the
HQ.
numpad. Each thing was labeled after a number on a
Oh.
numpad.
That's cool.
ooh, I bet you that felt good.
Yeah, I was
Ooh,
gonna say
yeah.
you could probably fucking speed run.
He
Oh my
is
crazy
so
shit.
easy.
But
If you were ever a cashier in your life, or like you
Yeah.
ever were
Oh,
doing
yeah,
here,
yeah.
you got this.
some fucking
Bananas.
Japanese Family Mart guy is like held up in his apartment in '88, just fucking demolishing. I will say so. The last thing I want to say about the Gillian weirdness is like this game feels like it sits in this uncanny valley between like Hollywood production and like what is it, a Daijin game, like a sort of like indie Japanese
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of like otaku game
Mm.
where you can
Like a
tell
porn
like the
game, yeah.
yeah, like, and don't get me wrong, a massive amount of the PC 98 and PC 88 catalog is like the horniest shit in the whole wide world.
So the question becomes: is Kojima doing this for his audience, or is Kojima doing this for himself?
I think
Or
a little from
coming-
Yes.
column A, a little from column B.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say yes. The answer is
But-
yes.
But yeah, it definitely sometimes it feels like you're playing what might turn into an H game scene. Like it really does feel like the preamble to a hentai game scene.
There's got to be crazy Rule 34 for Snatcher out there.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, well, I mean, there's got to be some that exists, but like for as little people talk about it, like I can't imagine there's a ton. Like it
Yeah,
exists,
true.
so there's porn
Yeah.
of it. That's Rule 34, but
Right.
yeah, I don't know.
But it's the opportunity cost of like spending your time on Snatcher versus
The risk versus reward.
making animation of other things.
Yeah.
That's
do
why
I
there's
make
never been a port or a remake of the game in like fucking
Yeah.
30 years.
do I make 5 people come 100 times, or do I make 100 people come 5 times?
5 times, yeah.
Do I make people come 100 times, or do I only make?
See, that sounded like Metal Gear. Nick, I pointed out earlier to everybody that there are 2 characters in this game that just sound like you doing a voice, and Metal Gear is one of the 2. I'll
Metal
reveal
Gear
the other
is
when we
one
get
of
to
them. Yeah.
No.
I will say from a sound design standpoint, like shit like the turbo cycle or the turbo cycle door opening when you exit
Mm.
and like the clue sound effect just like instant rock hard.
Yeah,
like,
love it.
Yeah.
Like Gillian's talking about all these women that he's around. I'm just hearing the Gundam interstitial like sound, and I'm just like, yes.
The jingle that plays when you save the game has a bunch of notes in the same sequence as I think it's Chrono Trigger. There's a Chrono Trigger song.
Oh shit.
Dee, 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 dee. And every time I'm like, it kind of like makes me like,
Also, Kojima definitely loves his fucking phone mechanics. I realized while playing this game.
codec. Yeah.
That man wants you punching in numbers.
Real quick note on the music from the sound element and music. If you listen to just sample songs from this soundtrack, and I swear it sounds like Dark Earthbound. Like there's like there's like think of, like if you listen to the Junker HQ, it sounds like a song that you would hear in Earthbound. Like tons of these songs sound like that. Not all of them, but like a good portion of them, and like especially the quirky ones too.
If this had gotten a wider release in the West, I truly believe that A Night in New Kobe City, which is the song that plays during the opening cinematic, would be considered like one of the best songs in gaming of the 16-bit era or whatever.
It's insane.
Easily.
Yeah.
I love this soundtrack.
It's incredible.
I think it's so good. And like the thing about it too is you hear the same songs over and over again, but it's kind of exciting every time you like revisit that song.
I found out the reason why, by the way, and the reason why was because the original songs on the PC-88 and the MSX2 had to be short because of memory limitations. And all they did for future versions was just like replace the file with like a similar length file, but with better sound.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like these almost 8-second loops that just go on forever. It's funny, on the vinyl soundtrack, it literally just fades every single song out. Like there is no proper finish to any song. It just fades after like 3 minutes.
God, I'm listening. I have it on right now. I'm listening to it. The sax in One Night in Neo Kobe City is so good.
Oh,
the hip hop breakdown.
Like the breakbeat.
It's so good.
Does it sound like does it sound like a song you'd hear in Earthbound at all? That one? I can't remember.
The breakdown. The breakdown kind of does.
The breakdown
does. I wouldn't say
the
the saxophone part does, but the breakdown does for sure.
Is such like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike vibe.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
Like, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Cowboy Bebop was inspired by
these?
What was the release on Cowboy Bebop?
98, I think.
Yeah, I do wonder. Oh no, Session 1 dropped in 2000. Oh no, you're right. The actual Japanese TV run was 98 to 99.
Right.
Dude, Cowboy Bebop, I feel like has to have been influenced by Snatcher in some way.
Yeah, the jazziness thing, like Blade Runner also had that going on, so that could be part of could be part of the same kind of like DNA that it's pulling from.
That's true. It's very difficult too, because like as I'm learning from this fucking book, getting quotes from Japanese game developers is an act of God.
So no one will ever know.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, all right, cool. Yeah, let's just fucking get into it. That was our tight 60 minutes.
Yeah.
So I really love the opening materials that happen here at the beginning. Like the copyright information and it being like, nobody in this is a real person. Like, I think it all like attributes to this vibe that we're going into.
This one is for all my cyberpunks.
Hell yeah. I love that the 88 original says cyberpunkers. This is dedicated to all the cyberpunkers.
Yeah.
What'd you just call me?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I love shit like that. I to me it gives like a goofy thumbprint that like a human being made this. You know what I mean?
There's this kind of like intro narrator style thing that we don't get anymore. It's very Law and Order. They're like, in the year 1996, viruses. It was like an immediate like it's like a warm hug. I was like, I'm so nostalgic for like this weird.
These
I don't know,
are
I
you kind of you want the dun dun to start.
I mean, it kind of does when it shows the Moscow title card. It's like,
a little bit.
And very much the like also like the original Blade Runner release, like not like the director's cut where you're doing like a narrate, like Harrison Ford sad narration.
Yeah,
sushi, cold fish.
Yeah. He hated, obviously.
He hated it. Yeah. And so did Ridley Scott. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody hated it. Yeah, I will. Yeah, very much so. And I love the shit at the beginning. Like, I don't know if it's real or not, but when it's like Roland Sound Space and it's like all this shit, it just feels very Hollywood production. But then we get this this really sick like Moscow, June 6th, 1996, which for some reason they aged everything up by 5 years for the US. In Japan, it was 91.
Oh, interesting.
Which would have just made it 2 years later, like from when you're buying the game. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? But yeah, so we get this thing, Moscow, June 6, 96. We're told about these experiments. There's this thing called Lucifer Alpha that was accidentally released, and it creates this like deadly bioweapon that quite literally kills half the population of the planet due to the trade winds, which I thought was a funny, like, essentially COVID kills half the planet.
That's what I was going to say, is like building off of this man's reputation for predicting events. As like in the opening crawl of this game, I was like, can we get a fucking break from, please, man? God damn it. Why? Always. Why are you always right about everything?
Yeah.
Just be wrong one time, my guy, please.
Yeah.
About something critical and important. Please stop.
Maybe
stop making video games,
or make good positive predictions.
Yeah. I'm really terrified about OD, not because it's a horror game, but because of like the fucked up shit he might predict in it that I do not want to come true.
At least we get like 20 more years after that OD release.
I love this idea that like we have to stop Kojima from putting out games because the games bring things into our reality.
Eldritch God. He has the Death Note except for like world events.
I feel like
I could have gone back and killed Hitler, but I chose Hideo Kojima.
I feel like if we had the backing of like a major game company, we could go to Kojima with the pitch that like, hey, our game is going to be about stopping you from releasing a game.
Oh,
like he would definitely be like, let's.
He would love that. Like, that would be his exact jam.
He would. I feel like it's like a Mega 64 sketch. Like they did something with him previously.
Yeah, I think outside of E3 or something, running around like crazy people. But then we get hit with this thing, which again, all this stuff stacking on top of each other. It's like we got a little Blade Runner, we got a little like fucking Night of the Comet vibes, we got a little like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, like all kind of piled together. So it's like 50 years post COVID, I guess, post fucking devastating. Half the world dead.
The catastrophe. That is just called the catastrophe.
Yeah, the catastrophe. Vermin
catastrophe. The catastrophe.
But the catastrophe. So essentially, 50 years later, these mysterious like androids appear, which are very much so serving Red Ribbon Army from Dragon Ball. And these androids show up, and they only appear during the winter. They kill people and then they replace them. And we get hit with this cool fucking title screen that's like Snatchers. And then part of the title gets torn.
Oh, I love
see like the robot shit underneath.
Yeah.
It gets torn.
It gets torn.
And then we pick up, I'm going to say, let me do some quick fucking math really quickly.
Was it 10 years after that?
No, it's literally... Yeah, 1 year following the 50 years later. So 1 year later in Japan, in Nyokobe City, we hear one of the best songs in video games, which, by the way, is composed by Motoaki Furukawa. And then we get hit with this beautiful, like, Blade Runner LA cityscape vibe.
Literally, including the Tyrell Pyramid and the bursting flame smokestacks. It's like, okay, man.
I don't know why, but I really love this like cast introduction that happens at the very beginning.
Cool.
Yeah, it was just fucking
It's also very Law and Order, like
yeah.
Sure.
Again. Very 90s. I feel blessed that I'm able to play this on my CRT. It just like feels like the most appropriate thing in the world. But then we get Gillian and Jamie on this overpass. They're like sort of on this like walking bridge.
If you're playing the right version.
Yeah.
If you're not playing, if you're
this entire scene is cut. If you're
able to speak English. you'll be seeing the correct scene. But Jamie's essentially breaking it, or Gillian's breaking it to Jamie that he has decided to become a junker, and we don't know what that is just yet. But we can
have they
tell by
explained at this point that they've lost their memories at this point?
Yeah, they start to
they
like
have.
as they're talking to each other, it kind of like slips in, and that's the thing is none of it feels overly expository. Like
No.
there are moments where there is some exposition happening, but for the most part in this game it all feels pretty organic.
You get a lot of information on their relationship in this like very brief amount of time, which I think like, and we'll talk a bit more about it later. I think it's like actually kind of a beautiful thing that this often otherwise immature 24-year-old stumbled upon, where like it's this married couple and like the feelings of love are there, but they don't have any of the memories to back it up. So like they don't know why they love each other, and so they can't sustain the relationship, and then like they're kind of like forced apart because of it. I just like for someone who otherwise like in 5 minutes is like, I'm gonna have sex with that woman if she would let me into that cubicle.
Well, and then
like
he
it's
gets
crazy.
weird. Like at one point, Jamie makes a joke later on about how she's going out, and Gillian's like, "Are you going to see a man?" And she's like, "Well,
Sure,
what are you
yeah.
going to do?" And he gets all huffy and puffy. It's like, "My brother in Christ, we've heard you like objectify every woman in this city. Like, what are you doing?"
And the chief.
Yeah, and the chief.
And the chief.
But yeah, so essentially in this short time span, Gillian reveals to the audience that he went through basic training in the army. Him and Jamie were found by the army in Siberia, totally like comatose and amnesiac. They're in their early 30s, which in anime and video games means you're like 65 years old. And they are sort of resuscitated, but whenever they come to, they have no fucking clue what's going on. All they know is that like snatchers weirdly resonate with them. And then Jamie keeps having this recurring nightmare that we'll hear more about later in the game. But yeah, so like Chad alluded to, it's like they know that they were married. They love each other, but they're separated. I don't think they're divorced because everybody
They're
still refers to
separated,
Jamie
No,
as his
they're separated.
wife.
Yeah.
But you still call each other. They still talk to each other like friends. There's no like hard feelings. There's just very much so this sort of, hey, we're working on our memory. We're working on figuring shit out. I care about you, but I just don't know anything about you. And this
I
feels
just don't
weird.
know you. Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome. That right there is a setup, just like
great.
amnesiac, weird
Yeah.
sci-fi shit. This guy is going to be a detective to fight the weird robots he feels a connection to. Wonderful idea. Like very good.
And New Kobe City is kind of this like, it's in Japan, but it's kind of like it works as like an autonomous region. It's really like more like Hong Kong, I think, more than anything, as far as like how it is its own thing and how it's super multicultural as far
Right.
as the demographics go. But yeah, that's where we're headed into.
Yeah. I think they do allude to a little bit later whenever we're going to the sort of like slummier part or the shadier part of the city that like the second largest population is Chinese and the first largest population is Japanese, but there are a lot of like East Asians. They say in this translation like Eurasian. There are people from like all over the place here. But yeah, also Junker is an acronym. So really quickly, I'm going to say what it is. It is Japanese Undercover Neurokinetic Elimination Ranger.
Do you know what it is in Japanese?
No.
God.
Because it's different. It's
no. What is it?
Judgment Uninfected Naked Kind and Execute Ranger. It makes not a lick of sense.
Naked.
Naked.
Can you imagine if
Naked.
Gillian had to just get stripped down to his skivvies?
Naked kind.
Oh, he'd be into it.
Oh yeah.
I would if I could, bitch.
But he's still wearing that blue tie. That's the only thing.
Hell yeah.
What is that? Fuck, never mind. Totally just left my mind. Sorry about that.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. We enter, funny enough, at this very beginning, right before we get hit with the fucking super sick Act 1 title card, we enter the Konami Omni building, aka the Junker headquarters. Konami comes up quite a lot.
Oh, a decent amount, yeah.
And I think Kojima is already expressing how much he doesn't like them, because at some point, I think we're going to see this place called Plato's Cavern,
Yes.
which originally in the Japanese version is called Joy
Joy
Division.
Division. Yeah.
Very
Very
fucking
cool.
rad.
Yeah.
But we're going to Plato's Cavern. and there's a sign, and it looks almost like the Konami logo. And Gillian like says to Mark 2, oh, it looks like the Konami logo. And then I think it's either Mark 2 or Gillian that say, oh, whatever, Black Market, Konami, they're all the same.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, bro, what is fucking going on?
Bold.
But anyway, we get Act 1, Snatch. And then we get hit with that sick fucking like Gundam when they say the name of the episode and then it makes a sound before it cuts to the episode.
Yeah.
The sort of like, I don't even know how to describe it, like 90s Japanese or 80s Japanese anime lightning bolt, kind of weird. Yeah. Not as cool as the Outlaw Star interstitial where it's just like, bah, 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 like, but anyway.
Fucking Outlaw Star. Yeah. Hell
so
yeah.
Good. At this point in time, first time in, obviously Chad and Nick, you guys have played like half an hour of it before, but Lily, what are the thoughts going through your mind right now?
I'm just like, let's fucking go, dude. I'm like ready. I've heard this fucking one night in Neokobe City. I've gotten this legitimately good setup for like what the character is and like what we're about to get into. I'm just like, and it, like Chad said, like it feels like those old school, like I'm watching Law and Order, like we're setting up. You got the like it's just really cool. The one thing that I'm just like, what the fuck is like you're getting the cast through here, and you're just like, oh okay, yeah, Gillian, random
Hajil.
Yeah,
Hajil. Well, I didn't know. I thought it was Hajile. I was like, random Hajile. And I was like, what the fuck is random Hajile? And then I just like, okay.
Right after, and then it would have been like sporadic Kinjinji. You're like, what the fuck is that?
Well, because then even the second thing right after Gillian Seed is Metal Gear, and you're like, oh, what?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, so I'm just like, I'm like ready for this fucking wild ride. And then I just like forgot about random Hajile. But I will remember
forgotten.
him. I did. I had forgotten about random Hajile. But
he's fucking random when he shows up too. I'll tell you what.
Well,
and he's certainly.
I don't know. You are Ha, and you certainly are Kajile.
So much of this, it's interesting, right? Because like it is a video game, it is interactive, but there aren't really any like failure states. I mean, like technically when you're in the shooting moments, there is a failure state, but for the most part, it's like you can click all the buttons on the menu and see all the text, but no matter what, at the end of the day, we're all going to end up at the same place. So it's a little bit like what if we put like one of those sensory toys for a child, but like on an escalator? Here you go.
You can't. There are some like there are a couple situations where you can lock yourself out of something on a timer. Like you have to like come back in 15 minutes or something after you've like really fucked up. But I don't think there's very many of those. For the most part, you can just do or say whatever, and there's no consequence.
I will say in the factory though, with the sound, I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. I was like, with the sound, I was like, I don't even want to go the fuck in there.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Nick?
Oh, I did get into one of those situations, and I had to look up how do I get back on track, like where I was stuck. I thought I was locked out of progressing, and I didn't know how to get back into it. And I did on the second time I played it in the factory, stick around and see if I could maybe have a different game over, and I don't think I ever got to that.
Oh damn.
I will say it's like when your game is very text heavy, I feel like you can definitely write a million different variations, but this game actually had like it almost loses one of the strengths of being text heavy by having all of these gorgeous graphics. Because like you then have to have a team of animators like make gorgeous graphics for all of these things, so you can't have like 30 different game overs. You know what I mean? So it's a mix. So anyway, because of this sort of conveyor belt design, I think it might be silly to go around and talk about like every little fucking detail. So I think what we might do is just tackle it by zone. Give like a brief summary of what happens in the zone, and then do some like group commentary essentially.
Of course.
So So in this first little zone, we're in the Junker HQ main lobby. And this is our introduction to Gillian, who we're going to be playing as, but it's also our introduction to the way the game's mechanics work. And on the Sega CD version, at least, you're just picking text from a menu and subsequent text on the next menu screen that pops up. I fucking hate, sorry to immediately jump on something negative. I fucking hate that when you click like look and then you click like pod, for instance, it doesn't bring you back to the look submenu.
yeah.
It brings you back
that's
to
a
the
great
first
point.
fucking menu.
Top menu. Yeah.
I
that suck.
hate it. That combined with the multiple thing, you're just like, Jesus Christ. Just
You
like,
get pretty fast though
Yeah,
about like being
yeah.
like
It does feel like the funny thing about like the more that I play this game because of it, I feel like I'm doing speedrun tech
totally.
to like do all the stuff because I know how many I have to go down and over and click and blah blah blah. And I'm just like
Exactly.
really into the vibe of it for sure.
what's the speedrun website? Is it just speedrun.com?
Oh, you're
Is
trying to see
there-
how long it took.
I wanna
someone
see if
Oh,
there's
what
a
the record
Snatcher
is? Yeah,
speedrun.
I don't know.
They're like,
I
we
mean,
got a
that
new
makes sense.
speedrun strat.
Alex is yelling right now. He's
Yeah.
screaming at the podcast.
This one's called the Sex Pest Skip.
Oh God.
Impossible.
It's for some reason speedrun.com is just not loading for me, so I will just move on with my life. But if anybody knows the speedrun time for Snatcher, so we hit our first problematic.
The only thing that's registered on speedrun.com for Snatcher is the PS1 version by Hamatet 3 years ago, 4 hours, 11 minutes, and 38 seconds.
That's
Wow.
longer than I would have thought.
Yeah, me
and
too.
I bet you could like tool assist,
Oh,
like
hang on,
just
hang
go
on.
to all the program and
No,
do
no. Over here on the side, you've got any percent for Sega CD. So third place is Paul Saltine, who did 441.13.
Oh, yeah, still 4 hours.
Pazuzu in second place
Ritz.
2 years
Oh,
ago
Pazuzu.
did 3
like
hours.
the god
15,
of fertility.
Yeah.
Yep. 3 hours, 15 minutes, 40 seconds. And then Tasco DLX in first place with 3 hours, 8 minutes, and 56 seconds.
I would have
Wow.
expected a
Big
lot.
gap.
I would have expected a lot faster.
Alex, get on it.
Yeah,
Huge
it's gonna be yours.
speedrun guy.
Oh, God.
The whole game's
wow.
a cutscene.
Never.
Getting to the
Never
sound
has
effect
it,
speed run.
Yeah, right.
Any percent.
So we're
They
at
like
the
fucked my grid up. All right, sorry.
Mika
So yeah, we're
and,
Junker HQ lobby.
They fucked my grid, bro.
We're in the Junker HQ lobby. Really, the only things you can look at in this zone is like shit that's on the walls, the door, and then there's this reception desk in the middle of the room that you can
You can look
see.
at the receptionist.
And you
Oh,
can
yeah.
look at the receptionist.
But
Her
you
name
can't
is
touch.
Mika Slayton.
Hmm.
She is a Japanese Jewish woman.
That's
and
not what
in-
the game text says, though.
No,
That's
yes.
certainly not what the game text says.
The game text says, so in Japanese, the translation literally was East Asian woman, but in the this version, Gillian describes her as a beautiful Oriental woman, which right off the bat, I was like, oh,
Uh-oh.
I was like, God
Can't say
damn.
that.
He also, Gillian says that she looks like an actress he can't quite place. Does anybody know what that's in reference to? Is she modeled after somebody?
Ooh, I don't know.
She kind of has like Rachel vibes from Blade Runner, but I don't know if that's what the reference is.
she doesn't.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
She has that kind of like that the way she's slumped a little bit is Rachel, but she doesn't look.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
her.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, Gillian immediately is like, this is going to be so much better than the army. I get to work with beauties like her. And then he says shit like, it's too bad he can't get inside the pod since she's such a gorgeous woman. The reception desk in this space is covered in a bulletproof glass. So she's in this pod. Is it bulletproof for Snatchers or is it keeping her from Gillian?
Yeah, it's
Do
for
you
the
think-
sex pests, not the
They're
snake.
like, Gillian's coming. We gotta protect our
pest,
Mika.
Gillian's
sex pest
coming.
resistant glass. Yeah.
But she does, in her defense, she does talk about how they have actually had Snatchers come in and try to kill her multiple times, which is crazy. But the key verbs that you have here, and these verbs change depending on the context, but we have enter, look, investigate, and talk comes up. If you try to enter, obviously you have yet to talk to her, and so enter creates this talk option, but you're trying to enter Junker HQ, and she's like, whoa, mister, what the fuck are you doing? If you do poke around for too long without interacting with her, Mika will say from the pod, like, hey, can I help you with anything? What are you doing? Are you here applying for the job?
Hey, weirdo.
But yeah, the other thing I want to call attention to before we just kind of quickly summarize and then kind of round robin is that when there are these voice acted sequences, I think because the way the character portraits fill the screen, there is nowhere to put subtitles. So if you're playing without headphones on, maybe, and you have the volume muted, you're just going to straight up miss these voiced scenes. And again, they're very fun. And I do like the way they keep the landscape front and center, and then just have these little character like square kind of mug shots pop up,
kind of like codec calls, like you get their little people.
That's true,
for sure.
Yeah, basically the sequence here is you come in, you meet Mika, she shows you around Mika. She shows you around Junker HQ. You do have and then you have an opportunity to, after you talk to the chief, see the other rooms. If you go to the engineering place first, where you're supposed to go, Harry's not there, so they want you to explore the rest of the place. And you can go to the shooting gallery, so you get an opportunity to like test out how the shooting works. Which like you learn everything you need to know about how to play this game in this section. If you
can do the shooting gallery before you go see the chief.
Yeah,
it's very funny. Mika's like, no, you should go talk to the chief. And Gillian's like, come on, can I use your gun? And she's like, well, I really shouldn't, but fine, here you go. And
that's
so
probably
I'm just
illegal.
And she doesn't have like one of the Junker guns. It's like called like a blaster or like something zapper, like that's like a lot weaker.
I think it's like a ray gun is what it's
called.
Ray gun
is what it is. Yeah.
But yeah, so you talk to the chief. You go to Harry, and Harry's who gives you your gun and your friendly partner. And Harry's great.
Harry's
I love Harry.
Yeah,
I love
Harry is the other character that I think sounds like Nick doing a voice. By the way, that is the other guy.
He does.
Benson Cunningham is the chief.
Yeah.
He does give you the rundown, like, yo, Junker's only been around since last August.
You also learn about Jean-Jacques Gibson, who is the other detective that is
there's only two, and they do straight up call them runners as well.
Oh, that's
and I'm just
right,
like, guys,
they do.
I'm like, you forgot
to chill out.
You forgot to control
I had
F,
forgotten
change runners to Junkers, like,
and the gun is a direct reference to
literally
Blade
the Blade Runner
that
gun.
special gun.
Well, even the chief himself is like a cross between the characters Gaff and Captain Bryant, both from Blade Runner, but the Edward James Olmos and the Michael Emmett Walsh characters, he's a bit of both of those. He gives you the rules of that Junkers have to follow, which are like, I don't know, don't kill humans, and you need a warrant to scan people.
Yeah, and you get a special badge that is basically like shows that you're it's like your ID.
Your
card,
Junker
right?
ID.
Your Junker ID.
It's funny when you show that to Jamie, by the way. You can just like show it to her and she's like, well, I guess it's official. But the way Gillian does it, he's sort of like, look, Mom, look. One of the laws that I made note of, because it is important later, is that Junkers have to legally support civilian bounty hunters.
Right. That's correct. That's one that does matter. Yeah.
And it was kind of interesting because I was like, I feel like in most media, it's like vigilantes.
The opposite, like cops hate bounty hunters and bounty hunters hate cops. And so it's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool little twist on it. Yeah.
The chief also has a sofa that employs the latest in chaos system technologies, which I love.
It's like air cushions or something crazy.
Yeah. It's just a fucking air couch. Like, what are you talking about?
So, I mean, needless to say, there are 5 people working at Junker HQ.
Yeah.
And they're fending off. Yeah. And they're fending off like an android menace that is like,
there's a government shutdown happening, actually. That's why we're so short-staffed.
Yeah. It's the TSA.
Oh, no, ICE is going to come help.
That's probably why
the Snatcher Association.
That's probably why they have to help the bounty hunters, because like they're basically understaffed. And then everybody loves Gibson. Like everybody loves that guy.
Yeah, everybody. Like he's like, I love Gibson. Yeah. Like to the point where like we're gonna find out. Like I don't think it's like at this point we're gonna find out like something happens to Gibson a little bit later. Like everybody's fucked up about it. Like you can't even talk to Mika for like a couple of cycles of things.
A very little bit later.
When you talk to her later, she's like, "Well, I guess I should get over it.
I'm fine." You can't linger on these things forever.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it directly.
Yeah, when you get back to Harry, he gives you two things. You can ask about your gun, and he gives you your gun. And this man, fucking Gillian Seed, has terrible trigger discipline because this man has got his finger on the trigger, ready to blow.
Yeah,
I'm like, brother, what the fuck are you? Point that shit over
Just
there.
like in
Yeah,
this picture.
he's ready to fuck. He's aggro.
That's
man.
crazy.
He's ready
Yeah,
to
wow.
He's ready to fucking terminate, dude. He's not good. He's not good. He's not a good guy. And then
He's like, I'm here
you-
to fucking shoot, and I'm all out of.
Hey, that's the
women
same thing to me,
objectify.
baby.
Yeah. You also can ask about navigators, and this is when you get introduced to Metal Gear Mark II, who is introduced. Yes, Alessia's doing it. Who is introduced with this like kaiju shadow thing.
I love it.
Down
It's
the
so good.
hallway.
Set to the
You
fucking
see his-
theme of Tara. I wish they would have
Yes,
included
like-
the prelude so we could have used that for
Yeah.
the episode open.
That would have been great, yeah. But the interlude, yeah, the doo doo doom doom, and it's this like digitized version of him like marching down the hallway, and you're just like,
He
what
looks
the fuck is
huge.
coming? He looks huge, and then he's like this
Huge.
little guy.
Gillian's coming.
Yeah, I'm coming. And
When his finger slips.
this is one of my favorite. Yeah, oh god, this is one of my favorite lines in the entire game because Metal Gear Mark II introduces himself, and it goes, "I'm Metal Gear Mark II." Just the way that it says Mark II is incredible. I love this thing.
He's like 3PO and R2D2 all wrapped up
yes,
in one little tiny
combined
guy.
into
Kind
one.
of.
This isn't the
little
last time we're
guy.
going to see Mark II on this show, by the way. Mark II
Oh,
is going
yeah.
to be appearing in a game later this year that we're covering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
So
think
you
almost
kind of-
quite literally this.
like
exact-
one to
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But you learn a little bit about Mark II's function. He has a little container where you can put evidence in. He has a video
That's the
function.
stash box.
Yeah, that's the stash box. He has a function where you can do video calls with him. And in case of emergency, carry me while you run, please.
And you
'cause
have
he
to.
can't-
Later.
You
So
have
cute.
to. He can't like escape. He's very slow. So if you have to run away very fast, you have to pick him up and carry him. And he literally says, in case of emergency, with this very pregnant pause, carry me while you run, please. I love Mark II.
I would
so
die
much.
for Mark II.
I
would
Mark
die
II.
for this little guy. He also kind of,
Yeah.
because there's no, in a graphic adventure game like this, there is no real like in-game menu. He kind of functions as your in-game menu. You use him to save as
Yeah,
well.
you
He's
save,
your
yeah.
inventory for all
Yeah.
intents and
Mhm.
purposes, right?
Well, and it's this perfect in-universe reason to get exposition.
yes,
Yeah.
as like a narration,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Instead of the film
wonderful.
noir style, overdub.
Yeah, and Metal Gear can scan shit in the field. So
Mhm.
if you find like a weird liquid or skin
Mhm.
tissue or
Can
whatever,
detect
Metal Gear
motion.
Gillian,
Like-
I'm detecting motion in the next room.
Gillian, I'm detecting liquid. Oh, shut up. That's for me.
Liquid.
I will say it's also very
Do you
funny
have a
that-
boner, Gillian? You should put that away.
You're a fucking incel, Gillian.
I feel like slowly.
Why don't you join the Manosphere, Gillian?
Have you tried
Fear.
looks maxing, Gillian?
Have you tried hitting your jaw with a hammer, Gillian?
I found this fucking injectable testosterone, Gillian.
What about Chinese peptides, Gillian?
Did you know there's a leg lengthening surgery, Gillian? You can get it to be taller, Gillian.
Oh my!
Baby Jamie will take you back if you're 3 inches taller.
I feel like maybe Jamie would take him back if he just shut the fuck up.
Maybe Jamie would take you back if you fix that yee ass haircut of yours, Gillian.
And then you said,
And then he said that
Do you want me to store your bottom rib, Gillian? I'll take that.
it sounds just like it. That's fucking unreal.
oh God. Holy
What
shit,
timeline
dude.
do I live in where we can make like a suck your own dick joke combined with the Mark II?
right there.
Oh my
Storing
God.
your bottom rib is
Christ.
crazy.
Store your bottom rib, Gillian. oh my God.
I do love that the more the game goes on, the more that Mark II like lets on that like he hates dogs. And he's scared of like being left alone near a lot of
With
people.
a dog. Yeah.
Yeah,
Me
it's
too,
very
man.
funny.
That's
Yeah.
I get really upset every time Gillian is mean to him as well. There's a couple points
Yeah,
throughout this
yeah.
actor. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'll kill you if you speak down to this level.
No one talks to Mark II like that.
My trigger discipline is about to get real bad. Gillian, leave him alone.
Yeah. Can we get an upgrade for Mark II to have a gun on his person?
Yes, please.
But Mika
but yeah,
does
so
mention one thing in engineering that I want to call attention to. Mika mentions that Gibson lives with his daughter and that Gibson's wife had passed away. And she goes, Gibson lives with his daughter who just turned 18. I hate that we're going to have to talk about this, but it is part of the creepy, is it Kojima? Is it Gillian? Is it somebody else? But like
all the above.
In Japan, she's 14.
Yes.
And remember that.
Yes.
Because it's not going to be great when we get to it.
No.
There's also, in a much potentially cooler vein, one small little thing here, and I don't actually know if this goes anywhere because like I'm still like a little Act 1 baby, but I think it might. And I think both the opening conversation with the chief and Harry, they both say that you are familiar somehow. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? How does this keep happening? Very curious.
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah,
I love
also
a good
an
fucking
Act 1 baby,
amnesia gimmick.
Oh hell yeah.
You get a call, right?
You do. After you get all of this information and you study everything you can, you get a call from Jean-Jacques Gibson, who's like, I'm at this factory. I need backup. I might have some snatchers. And so off you go to your turbo cycle, which is just a flying car.
Do we want to talk about Jordan yet, or do we want to wait till we come back to the HQ?
Oh, right. Well, let's wait until we come back because that'll be.
Let's wait until we come back because I want to do something real quick, which is when you're on the screen where you see your turbo cycle for the first time, you get a little.
Hell yeah!
I was like, I'm so fucking ready to go, dude.
When you get it, I don't think it does this again, but when you get into the turbo cycle, the first time you use it, the song that plays fucking rips too. And I don't know what it's called, but a song plays when you're using the turbo cycle to go to the factory. And it's and that doesn't play any other time you use it. And it's like, damn.
I always thought it was like just like a sound effect of like but maybe I missed that.
No, every other time it's just a sound effect of like the car driving, but like and flying. But like the first time you hear music, like a music plays, and it's really.
I'll drop this in the Discord, and you can confirm if this is what it is. I will say, having to I love the turbo cycle and I love the POV and everything, but having to like go to the turbo cycle, get in the turbo cycle, choose the location, get to the location, get out of the turbo cycle.
Yeah.
You want to know something shitty? On the PC-88 version, you had to do all that, but then also physically change discs. Area to area.
Every time you
every
areas,
single area.
Oh, can you do the gun cock and fire, please?
Oh yeah,
for that one.
I'm having like weird.
Yeah, you're doing. There it is.
No, it's not even me. Like I'm clicking it, and then it's taking like
it's not
3-4 seconds. It sucks.
Huh. It's
How am I
revolting.
supposed to be a shock jock DJ with my? But yeah, and I will say this too. Like, I don't want to disparage the interactivity because it is very fucking cool. Especially like one thing we didn't talk about with the shooting range is like the way the gunplay works in this. Is say you're in a situation, seems like it's going to go sideways. You physically have to press a button to unholster the gun, and then you have to aim and shoot. So like you might be in a situation where somebody, and it happened to me. Like I got shot during part of this because you're talking to somebody and then they're just like, fuck you, dude, and pull a gun out and you have like no time to react.
I think it's kind of cool because obviously there's like a realism to that, but at the same time I did find it maybe a little frustrating because it's not always clear when the moment that you can draw has come.
Yeah, agreed.
And then sometimes there's been a couple times where it wasn't responsive. Like I pressed the button to like pull my gun out and nothing happened, and I kind of had to hammer on it a couple times for Gillian to actually take it out.
Okay.
So I don't know. It was a little wonky for me sometimes.
Yeah, but anyway,
otherwise the shooting's great.
Yeah, other than that level of interaction, if you like what you're hearing and you don't want to go down like the emulation hole, I would strongly say just go on YouTube, look for a long play, and just watch it like you would like a movie. Because like again, other than getting to interact with little things here and there, like. You can watch this game be played from top to bottom, and it's almost the exact same experience. Yeah. But yeah, we head to the factory, which I'm going to go ahead and say the first time I played this game, I played up until the factory and was sort of like, okay, this is fucking sick, but like, is this it? And then I got to the factory and I was like, this is so fucking cool.
Yeah, I do want to make a really quick note. Sure. Where as you're going to the factory, the first time you're in that car, Gillian has this like internal monologue moment where he goes, "Oh yeah, first day on the job, and now this. You mean your job? What are you talking about?"
I didn't even think of that. That's very true. Yeah.
I feel like that happens all the time at jobs, though, because like I feel like
just like
my coworkers die on my first day.
Yeah. No, but I know like people are just like, oh, this sucks that we have to do this, and then I'll have the thought that I'll be like, this is literally what we're getting paid to do.
This is what I'm
like. This is
paid
literally our job.
But it's like his,
especially if you have like a lot of downtime, like between like when you have to actually do the thing that you're supposed to do. Like the more downtime you have more frequently, the more frustrated you get when you actually have to do the thing that you're supposed to do.
But in this case, it is literally within minutes of him getting his stuff. He's like, time to go do the job. And it's like, oh God, now this? It's like, brother, go.
I just want to talk to pretty ladies and fucking.
I was trying to goon.
Yeah.
I want to flash my badge and fuck.
Oh, no.
In that order.
Right. I want to fuck my badge and flash, you know?
Do you guys know about the Nautica Malone thing?
I don't think
I don't know if it's in bad taste or not, but there was this guy named Nautica Malone who I think like a week or two ago was driving around with no pants on and his dick out and drove through like a coffee drive-through.
Oh yeah, and
the baristas like filmed him, and then he like killed himself later that day.
Yeah, I do.
So now there's
like Gillian Seed.
Yeah, exactly.
Thinking
true.
Same character.
But there's straight up like gooner vigils going on, and it's the craziest footage I've ever seen in my life. People are like, "This
that happened like a year or two ago." Like,
was it? I thought it was.
It was
no,
it was not recent. Yeah, I just didn't know his name, but no, that was not recent.
But yeah, I feel like Gillian is one bad day away from just driving around with
not
his
come alone.
But yeah, we get to this factory. Some of the funniest shit. Period that cracked me up was like you can look and investigate and do all that shit like we talked about, but one of the things you can do here is look at the building, and there's very clearly like a hardcore storm, like lightning is actively happening.
It was
and
a dark and
Gillian's
stormy night.
Looks like a storm's rolling in.
I'm gonna start saying that.
Like what?
Yeah.
Did anybody try to go to his apartment before the factory, by the way? Because it shows up as an option, but I didn't.
Yeah, no, I waited. Okay. I was like, I got work to do, man.
I gotta go jerk off in my apartment first.
Yeah, I gotta go fucking.
Mel Gibson died 3 days ago. Where have you been?
Nick.
I'm dehydrated.
I don't know if anybody just saw what Nick sent in the fucking Discord chat.
No, not yet.
God, down the turbo cycle. Holy shit.
That's very good.
Gillian, not again.
Would you like me to store that for you, Gillian? Would you like me to store your Gillian seed?
No, Gillian seed.
Wow, yeah, no kidding. It is.
In the original games, by the way, you could name him whatever you wanted. It was just when
Gillian
they added
voiceover.
Just all the bad Pokemon names. It's like Butts. But yeah, let's talk about this dope fucking factory.
Great music here, great atmosphere, very suspenseful.
Just super horror
stuff.
The scream sent chills down my spine because you have to like investigate the area a little bit before you can go inside. And once you've investigated and looked at everything in like the outdoor area, this fucking like I almost want you to cue it here, Alessio, because it's just it's bone chilling. It's just like this coming from inside the house. I'm just like, brother, what the fuck am I about to get into? This is not the vibe that I signed up for.
No, it's fucking rad. And then once you're in the factory too, it's not like these other places where you essentially get one screen to represent the entire location.
There's like 4 or 5 different screens.
Yeah, it's almost like if this was a text-based adventure, it would be like you see exits to the north, south, and east. You know what I mean? Like it's just you've got like a little map to traverse. In
my notes, I said that the sort of advance or retreat movement through the factory felt like Zork or something. Like
absolutely. You go into
I
the
think Nick
factory a little
Nick
ways.
might be muted.
Oh, Nick, you're muted. Or
Oh, I was gonna say like that advance and like makes it feel like way more intense too than just move
Yeah.
forward. Like it's
Yeah. It feels like
Yeah.
it's heavy. Like there's a consequence to walking forward instead of just doing it as an action.
yeah.
Well,
this-
especially later too, when you're like retreat.
Mhm.
and I
gotta
was
go.
muted. I was muted for it. That scream doesn't. It almost doesn't sound like a human male either when you hear
No.
it.
It's like animalistic.
It's ambiguous a little.
Yeah.
Well, it almost makes me wonder if it was like the Snatcher that he attacked.
You mean
Good point.
No spoilers.
I will mute it.
we don't know that yet.
Oh, true.
And you get. I mean, you pretty much get to that pretty quick, but you find Little John first, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
yeah.
first, I think it's like you would go in, you advance one screen, and then Little John is like off, like he's like down and like destroyed.
Little John
Yeah.
seemed like he was probably really cool.
He was a chill dude.
All right.
I mean,
I want to.
Little John's
Gear-
in the
Metal
Little
Gear's
John's in
cool.
the Suda 51 radio drama.
Yeah, it's because it's about
Yo.
Jean Jacques. So yeah, so you'd have to
Nice.
have Little
Fucking
John
Little
check that
John
away.
squad unite.
Yeah. But he's destroyed. I don't know. God. I don't know if you can get it now or like if you have to like investigate Gibson later, but at some point you can like get Little John's memory chip to like get the data off of it.
Yeah, what do you do with that? Because I don't recall.
You give it to
coming-
Harry.
Oh, yeah. I remember I
Yeah.
gave it to Harry, but I feel like nothing came of it.
There is
Maybe
something
not,
that I can't remember exactly what it is, but it does come up later, and
Got
you
it.
have to use it for I forget what it is.
Got it. But yeah, and then obviously
Um,
Mark II is like very distraught because
that's
essentially he's
Fran.
like, no navigator would ever leave their junker behind.
No junker would leave their no navigator would leave their junker behind. Both, either way.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But if you thought what happened to that little guy was bad,
Oh
God.
man,
You move into the next room, and so it's so foreboding because it's just this really big room with like pillars, and you just kind of see like the side of a body poking out from one of the pillars. And if you advance, you just get the gnarliest image of Jean-Jacques Gibson slumped on the ground with his head twisted off and just on the ground next to
He's
him.
fucked up.
like
He's
full
fucking
blood. Yeah.
like none of this is like
blood,
held
no
back.
censoring. It's like
And-
brutal.
and the look on his face is like just pure horror too.
Yeah.
Like he died in about the most painful way possible.
Well, and it's funny too because if you investigate it, Gillian's or I think Mark II is like he died instantly, and I'm like, no, he didn't.
No,
like,
he did not.
They literally
There's
had to
some fucking
corkscrew
ligaments.
his head off.
Yeah, that's not instant, man. That's
In the Japanese version, there is a slightly different graphic for this, and it's very fucked up and crazy. The legs are still facing us, but his whole torso is facing the pillar.
Whoa. Holy shit.
And like it's less graphic, but it's so twisted. Like
Is he still beheaded or is it just his
yeah,
torso
no, he's
twisted
still
around?
totally beheaded, but it's
hell
like,
yeah.
like we technically get more blood in our version, but I think
Sure.
just like the desecrated core.
I need more blood. I need more blood.
Yeah, this part was sick. Also in the Japanese version, you know how you were saying that he's just poking out from behind a pillar. In the
Mhm.
Japanese version, his gun is actually laying in the middle of the
Oh,
space.
that's
as
even
well.
worse to me. That's
Yeah.
also pretty fucking. I would freak me the fuck out. I don't like that one bit.
Yeah, it's so good though. I was just
I forgot
like,
that his like
it's-
head is like just like in between his legs.
In his
like,
lap
on
almost,
his
yeah.
side.
Yeah.
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 And like you can definitely like see like the neck and stuff. It's very, very graphic.
It's
Yeah.
like they have like the bone in the neck and like all of the.
yeah, and it looks great, like from
Yeah,
an
it does look
artistic
great.
perspective.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
really well done.
um,
You can like do some evidence scanning. You find a key, you find a chess piece in his pocket, and then you could discover that through
we find a piece of
DNA
paper
and-
too.
a piece of paper
Wow.
that says "search the house" with a little exclamation mark on it. Interesting.
Mhm.
We'll find out what that's about later.
Or is it?
More
Or
interesting
is
in the
it?
Japanese version.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
then you
ew!
can-
Not because of that, Chad.
No, I know because I didn't.
Yo,
I know.
okay,
I
cool,
know
cool,
what you're
cool.
referring to. Not,
I was like,
not because of his
yo.
infant daughter, or not infant.
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you know what I mean.
You killed my wife. I'll kill your infant daughter. I'll kill your son. I'll kill your little John.
No.
Yeah. But you can do
9
some like
words.
DNA. No.
Or 9 letters.
Yeah.
9 words.
9
Jesus
words.
How many letters?
So many.
2
More than you
words.
can count.
9 letters.
Not a good time to lose one's head, Gillian?
Fuck, dude.
That's 9 words.
We've got our own personal.
Is that actually? Did you
personal
count?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's wild. You are more too.
You can like find some like DNA evidence that there were
Yeah, he's
2
got skin under his
snatchers.
fingernails.
Yeah, so he
hair
scratched
follicles.
one, and then he grabbed the hair of the other one. So there's a male and a
Sna-
female snatcher that were in there.
Did we get a
love that,
reference to Snow 9 here?
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
I think so. No. That's later.
Directly, like
That's
there
later.
are some consequences here, but yeah, I don't think they actually say it by name here yet.
Gillian sneezes.
Yes, that's what
Yeah. Oh,
Which, like,
yeah.
from this point forward, anytime I literally heard Kristen sneeze earlier today, and I was like, "Oh no,
Oh, God.
Edith, why are you?"
Edith?
And isn't like sneeze like sometimes a verb option? Like, isn't it like?
Yeah.
Does that?
Yeah, it
am I
happens
remembering
with,
that correctly?
You can
There's
ask.
one
You can ask.
so far,
You can
yeah.
ask. Yeah, you can ask Jamie. I think it is.
Well, no, you can straight up sneeze.
Like
Like,
on-
it's an action.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
kind of strange.
But
Yeah,
but Metal Gear scans the skin and the hair, and it's crazy how fucking detailed
yeah.
Metal Gear
He like
gets
does a
with-
whole breakdown. Yeah.
It's nuts.
It
It's
gets
very
in
cool.
Gibson's guts even.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
He
the
cuts
Oh, yeah,
a
you-
incision.
Yeah.
The buffalo
You also
meat.
find out that he has buffalo meat. It rotting in
Traces
his
of
stomach.
buffalo meat and a huge ulcer apparently is what's
Yes.
going on there.
Yeah.
This guy was stressed.
Yeah. Oh shit! Like the way they
Gillian's
describe
like,
it too.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well, the way they describe it later too is like we'll get to it, but like he was forcing himself to eat buffalo and puking up blood while he was
Yeah,
doing
this
it.
guy, weird guy. This
Like,
fucking
Bro,
Gibson.
what the fuck? Everybody
Yeah.
loves him. But yeah, so
DC.
after you get all this stuff, you see somebody run across the doorway of that big room, which
It's
fucking
so
sucks.
crazy. Yeah.
And then
And the whole
you
time
have to
Metal
go
Gear
in
has
there.
like a motion sensor a la like Alien,
Mhm.
and we'll just be like beep, beep.
Mhm.
Oh, it's
When it starts
terrifying.
that beeping fucking stresses me the fuck out every single time I hear it.
Yeah, and that song plays every time there's like an intense
Every time.
moment,
Yep.
and every single time, and we all love it.
The knowledge of encroaching danger that you can't actually see is just so great for building
Oh,
suspense. It
yeah.
works every time for me.
It's the pleasure of suspense or of tension.
Yes, wow.
The
Holy
pleasure of
shit.
tension. Whoa. Hey,
I
man.
do love like you follow this person and the fact that like there's nowhere they could have gone,
It's
and
dead,
that's when
yeah.
Gillian sneezes, that I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, the call's coming from inside the house.
And then you hear something, right? Is this when you
Yeah,
start
yeah.
hearing
Yeah.
the
Beeping.
beeping?
He starts this faint beeping. Okay,
Metal
and I
Gear
love
hears
this. I love this setup because Gillian's like, I don't hear shit, basically. And Metal Gear's like,
fourth
well,
wall
why don't you turn up the volume then?
And I
Yes.
said, there's Kajumbo. There he
There
is.
he is.
There's my
There
guy.
he is.
Well, it comes back and it plays against you.
Yes.
It comes back
It's
after this
very
whole
funny.
section. It's very funny. But he
And-
tells you to turn up the volume if you can't hear it, and there is some faint beeping. In
I was like, I don't think I will because I like the volume that my television is at right now.
Exactly.
Thank you,
very
Metal
much.
Gear.
And this is not the only area where we've got, like, of course, the fourth wall breaking. There'll be times where like Gillian's like,
Yeah.
I'm just asking because I want to make it fun for the people at back home.
Yeah.
Like, he, like
Yeah.
acknowledges
What the fuck are you
like
talking about?
Oh, and you
Yeah.
can call fucking a dozen people that worked on the game who have very surreal conversations with Gillian as well.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so you go back and you discover there is a bomb on Little John, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
They
And
call
you
it
gotta
a
get
time bomb.
you need to get the fuck out of there. Wait, was it? No, it's the insectors. You have to fight
Yes.
the insectors.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
show up
yeah.
after you discover the bomb.
Yeah. So you're
As you're
trying to get
trying to
out,
leave.
and then you discover there are these things called insectors, which are these like spider-like robots that the Snatchers use for like surveillance and like infiltration and stuff.
Of which 1,000 just were chilling apparently because
yeah.
you fucking slay triple digit. It feels like it just goes on.
It's a lot.
So this is your first time that you use the gun in the field, and it's pretty cool. Like it's a really cool.
It's quite a bit of fun. Yeah,
little mini game. Yeah,
I got hit once, and after Mark II injects you with nanomachines and tells you it'll be fine, and I had this like light bulb moment where I was like, "Is this the first mention of nanomachines in a Kojima game?"
Ooh, shit. Yeah, maybe.
And they even describe what they are. They're like, "Oh, I have like a tiny little team of surgeons living inside of me now." And Mark II's like, "Yep, but they're coated in a thing that won't make your body reject it." And he's like, "This is really cool." And I'm like, "No, it's not, Gillian.
It's not great."
And then they take Gillian's blood from him, and he's like, "Who has my blood?
Who has my blood?
Who has my blood? They replaced my blood with cum."
Chief Cunningham's like, "We're gonna just hang on to this."
But yeah, so you fight the Insectors, and then you have to go out. Metal Gear Mark II is afraid. He cannot move.
Go on with Happy Gillian.
Yeah, and then Gillian.
I'm going to go in my pants.
My pants. This is the first time that Gillian's like really mean to Metal Gear that I don't like. He's like, "I can't believe this stupid robot. Come on."
That's pretty good. That's a good Gillian.
Thank you.
Love this cutscene.
And then Gillian picks up Metal Gear and runs out with him, and the explosion goes off, and they just narrowly escape.
We get like
and
a
then
cool image.
It's
for
awesome.
It's really cool. It's like big cool guys don't.
And it is animated too. It's more than just a still. He's like flying towards the camera.
Yeah. And then when you get outside, Gillian says, "My ears are ringing because the explosion in Metal Gear." Says, "That's because you left the volume up."
And I said,
from
"Fuck
earlier
yeah,
when he
that's
told
awesome."
me to turn it up for the beeping. It's like, "Fuck yeah, dude, let's go."
good.
Yeah. So then we're going back to Junker HQ at this point.
Yeah, and then everybody's mourning, essentially.
You get a couple extra
upset.
options here to deal with Mika.
Yeah.
You can console, smell, or persuade her, which is just
Smell is crazy.
that's
Anytime
great.
persuade pops up with anybody w's a member of the opposite sex,
It's never good.
I don't click it. Like that is my rule now. Because the few times that I have clicked it, I'm like, Jesus fuck.
You've regretted it every time.
Yeah.
It's like there's like a point like after she's finally like not crying anymore, and because like you go up to her and she's like, I want to be left alone, and you just can't talk to her at first, so you have to go do the
and
other
she is
stuff
like
Thank
crying.
God.
Like you can see
Yeah.
her eyes
Yeah.
filled with tears, and
Yes. But once she is better, you can go back and ask her on a date immediately after a coworker that she really cares about has died. That's pretty fun. If you persuade, it's so fucking terrible.
yeah.
but,
And that at least that side of it is not mandatory. But like
Yeah.
the fact that it's very present and on a list of limited options sucks.
yeah.
But Harry's taking it the hardest.
Harry
Well,
is
He's in the
drunk.
bottle.
Yeah.
And it's Little John that he's really upset about, not
Yeah.
Gibson.
That's true.
Like,
That's true.
which is
That's fair. Yeah.
kind of fun because he's the guy who works on the robots.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
makes sense.
So you go to Harry. The chief is just like, "I'm sorry you had to deal with that. That's a tough first draw for a case." You can kind of learn a little bit more about Gibson here, where like he lives with his daughter and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
You go to Harry. Harry has a brandy bottle that you can search. And there's like
Actually,
a
did
number
this-
on it.
I didn't find this brandy bottle until after Gibson's house.
Oh,
Because I
man.
think he will put it away if you don't get to it in time. He'll like put it in the cupboard or whatever.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
But
I
Metal
didn't
Gear
even-
points out that this is weird. He's like, he's drinking from brandy. He usually drinks, I think, sake. And so it's
Yeah.
kind of like nudges you to be like, maybe that's of note.
Yeah.
You should maybe.
Yeah, I didn't even get any of that.
Wow.
Because I saw him, he was all fucked up. He was like, "Leave me alone." And I was like, "Oh, well, I've got other rooms to investigate. And then I'll just talk to Mika." And then I just never circled back until I came back later.
Yeah, you got a phone number off of this, and so yeah.
Do you guys want
I
to touch
do-
on that now or after Gibson's house?
We can
Because to
start
me,
after
the
Gibson's
phone number
house.
kind of leads directly into the plaza
Yeah.
and all that.
Oh,
stuff.
sure. I guess that makes sense.
Well, you do find out from Mika, and for some reason, Mika says she tells you about that Chinese informant, and
Yeah.
somehow, like the way that like that is delivered feels more
That should have been a warning.
racially.
I don't even know
more
if I got
racially
that
charged.
text.
Yeah.
I don't
Wow, dude, you're
playing
fucking
the woke version.
failing. You're playing the woke version.
I don't see color, guys.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can talk to Mika about like Gibson, like what Gibson was doing, and like she tells you about.
Yeah, I got that part, and she's like, "Oh yeah, he had this informant, but obviously he never
Yeah.
talked to me about them or something."
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
if you
just
ask
didn't. I didn't ask about Napoleon. I think is what it was.
Yeah, you have to ask about Napoleon to get that. But she tells you, it's like, that Chinese informant. It's like, that feels more racially charged than when Gillian said that one thing
She's
earlier.
like, that Chinese informant.
Yeah.
He played joke. He go pee in my coat.
No,
Like, it's like,
no.
Alessio.
Mika, no.
Oh, no.
Did you guys look up Napoleon and Jordan? Should we talk about Jordan?
You
We haven't
have
talked
to,
about
I
Jordan.
think.
Yeah, let's
You
talk
have to
about
look him
Jordan.
up in
Yeah, you have to,
Jordan.
like,
I mean,
look up-
eventually
to get
yeah.
the clue.
Yeah, not right now. You don't have to, but like you should.
Yeah. But we are going to need Jordan for some shit that comes up very shortly.
Yeah. Jordan is, just to like briefly, we'll talk more about it, but Jordan is like Junker HQ's like AI computer system. Every time Jordan on our Discord does something weird, I'm just going to reply to him with that picture. So yeah. Diagnosable lack of whimsy, that Jordan. And that's
Do you guys
why
know that
he's
Jordan
made
is
for
also an
AI.
acronym?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what it stands for, but I did know it was an acronym.
Jordan stands for Junker Online Regional Data Access Network.
It's cool.
That one
That's
makes
Chad,
more
you got the
sense than
Japanese
other
one for me?
ones.
No, I couldn't remember, and I couldn't find anything when I was trying to look up. So it might be the same. I don't know. That would be a good thing to look into. If anybody knows, hit us up. Do a comment.
Yeah.
Do a
Yeah, I feel like
comment.
it's something perverted in Japanese. Watch it.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, it's like Japanese orgies randomly disappearing anal nuns or something. You're just like, what the fuck?
Anal nuts. In Palantir-like fashion, which one am I referring to? Both, probably. Who knows? Jordan can give you information on pretty much anyone you want, occasionally to very creepy degrees, as we're going to see in a
for
little
sure.
bit.
Yeah, with Katrina.
Even
It's
creepier
actu-
in certain regions.
Well, that's true. It's actually surprisingly optional. I think you only, at least in Act 1, you only need to use Jordan for 3, like quote unquote puzzles. But I think this part of the game is, I would really recommend, if you're just listening to this and not playing along yet, spend a good 30 minutes here, just like reading through everything. It really helps with the world building and helps you get a picture of what's going on. You can also, there's a part of him where you can type in, I think it's like ID files, and you can type in any name you want.
Yeah.
Including Hideo Kojima.
Oh, Jamna.
Well, yeah, led me to something I will never forget for the rest of my life. For some reason, it just says main nickname, and it's Ojama, which is Ojamna. Like, that's forever will be in my lexicon.
It said his favorite game too, and I looked it up, and like it's not a real game, but there's another game that's close to it. Like the letters are close. I don't remember what it says.
Weird.
I also don't remember.
What it says his favorite game.
Oh, I don't
is.
remember.
You can type in the first names of pretty much anybody on the development team, and it'll give you a whole breakdown. And so, like, Jeremy's got one where it says his favorite game's Ogre Battle, which I thought was pretty cool. And then there are other people, obviously Kojima, but yeah, pretty much anybody from the credits if you just type in.
I put in Blaustein, but I didn't.
If you just do Jeremy.
You just have to do Jeremy?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't try that.
Including Haruki, who's going to come up again. She is our Konami PR manager who we talked to on the phone explicitly later on in the game. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. I totally forgot to mention, by the way, that Suda51 thing was totally scored by Akira Yamaoka as well.
No way. Holy Christ.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty sick.
Yeah.
Also,
We gotta-
because like
Yeah.
because obviously because of all the shit that's going on, I typed in like Jean-Jacques Gibson and John-Jack Gibson, whatever the fuck.
It's Jacques. John-Jack Gibson. All right.
Gene Jack.
I'm Gene Jackin'.
Jingleheimer.
She jack on my Gene till I Gibson.
But anyway, I looked him up and I wrote down some shit because I was like, I remember something is coming up where I have to remember some of this stuff. So I wrote down some info on him. Then I searched Napoleon because it came up on whenever I was talking to Mika about whatever. Yeah, weirdly enough, like Napoleon's name came up, but the bottle thing did not at this point. So I looked up Napoleon, got some shit on Napoleon Bonaparte, but like still wrote down a couple things here and there that I thought were coming up later. But yeah, you can pretty much search anybody, like Lillian Chatter saying, which is pretty cool. Yeah. And there's pre-written questions, so you can ask about history, politics, culture, a lot of cool shit.
There's also moments too where you have to answer questions with stuff that you find in Jordan. Yeah. And I didn't do this, but I did read that like if you answer questions without looking it up in Jordan, like Metal Gear will be like, how did you fucking know that? What are you doing? Like who are it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's time to roll out. We're gonna go see we're gonna go to Gibson's house and talk to his daughter Katrina. But this was where I went to Gillian's apartment. I don't know what everybody else
I did as well.
Yeah, I went this time, but I also this time, and then I also went on the way back.
Yeah, you can call Jamie here, and Jamie's like kicked up in bed and the covers like a little negligee on. And she's
did you guys get the whole scene with the roach?
Yes,
of course.
Yes, yeah. You can there's like you talk to her about like your relationship and like how she's doing and all this other stuff, and they have like this dialogue and like Jamie fucking rules. But there's a scene where Gillian is trying to see some nip basically. And he tells her that there's a roach
Jamie,
in her
please.
bed.
That's basically it.
That's perfect. Yeah, basically. And he tells her there's a cockroach in her bed, and she freaks out, like, where? And he's like, yeah, you might have to take the covers off to get it. And she's finally like, Gillian. And he's like, it's like ... It's very funny.
It's like you can obviously ruin it by being horny, but like it is an otherwise really like sad interaction.
It's a great interaction of just like these two people who.
If he wasn't like, fucking lusting over every other woman in the entire game, this would have been a cute moment.
It'd be kind of sweet. It'd be horny for your wife is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be kind of sweet if not for the rest of it. Like, what are you doing?
It's like a hentai version of the phone call from Disco Elysium.
100%. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that. There is some weird Disco Elysium like DNA.
Gillian and Harry are kind of similar. Yeah, amnesiacs.
And they both have amnesia. Yeah,
they're both pieces of shit, but also really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah,
did we just crack the case?
Yeah.
Estonian Snatcher is
Estonian Snatcher. But yeah, so you can go to the apartment. Then after this, you can go to Gibson's house to talk to his daughter.
Real quick, before we leave, there's two apartment things that I want to draw attention to. One is that Gillian has a sick toilet that does a full blood panel every time he uses it. I'm not sure I want to know how it does that.
They don't even know they stick your finger up there anymore. You just do it on your toilet.
It's just a dude.
Might do that.
It's just a dude's hand.
Like the Zelda paper please hand.
Oh my god.
And the
twist is like twists up from the and just like one finger like slowly.
We found Gillian's body. His ass was twisted off, just like Jean-Jacques' head was.
Trying the logistics of twisting an ass. I don't know if I want my ass twisted off.
The other, probably more important thing you can do, on top of this, is where Metal Gear basically says you're an incel and says your apartment sucks.
Dude,
which is pretty funny.
I was dying. Like Metal Gear was like, yeah, it's really fucking sad in here. Like, I don't know what kind of sad sack of shit would fucking.
And you get no bitches, Gillian. Like Metal Gear makes it his mission to ensure that Gillian gets no bitches, and I love that for him.
It's so
there's
good.
one moment that Metal's like, I don't quite like how he does the tactic of it, which we'll talk about later, but otherwise, like, it's the one thing about Metal Gear that I was like, oh, come on, man. But
I'm choosing to believe that that's Kojima speaking through Metal Gear in that one moment,
it's like,
and every other moment is Metal Gear just being self-conscious.
Yeah.
You can also look at a photo from Jamie from what appears to be the Moscow Olympics in 1980, which is really strange.
They also mentioned she's a teenager, and I'm like, Gillian, come on, dog.
Is she still a teenager, Gillian? What's cool, brother?
It's like, what the fuck? It's like any other picture, and it's just like, come on, man, because I know you're fucking jerking into that photo of her.
Her phone number's on the back too. That's how you get her number.
That's right. But very strange, very weird. Metal Gear scans it and it's like, dude, that's a Photoshop. Like, that's okay. But all very, very interesting
Does Metal Gear
things
do that?
with that.
Is it a Photoshop?
Metal Gear legit like scans the photo and I was like, it's a composite. That's someone edited this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't.
I must have missed that line. That's
there
crazy.
maybe there is like an inspection thing you have to do to get him to say that. But yeah, he will scan the photo and be like, it's not legit. Like
That's
somebody
wild.
edited this together.
Maybe Metal Gear is just fucking with him.
Yeah.
Metal Gear's only stupid baby bitch boys would think that's real.
What are you, some kind of fucking idiot?
God.
Harry always pairs me with a dumb fuck. We got to find out who that voice actor is, and I just need to like pay her to read like
yeah.
I want to interview the actor, like the actor
We're
from
gonna
Metal
find her.
Gear. I
I'll
need to
find
talk
it.
to her. Yeah, I mean her name's in the credits. Like we can look it up pretty easy. I would love to talk to.
I'm looking at her
some
up.
of I would love to talk to some of these actors.
All right, Gillian.
Let's use that as a shorthand for you're being a fucking perv. All right.
I'm gonna look her up. All right, Gillian.
Get a
You're being
real fucking Gillian on our
right
hands
now.
right here.
You're being a real seed at the moment.
Oh, no.
A bad seed, if you will.
But
Lucy Childs.
Lucy Childs.
All right, carry us forward.
We know drama. We're going to Gibson's.
Oh, we know. Yeah, we're going to Gibson's.
Cool fucking house, by the way.
Cool
Spooky
house.
house.
Little, like
Very
house
spooky.
and spooky. It's like in like the woods. It's like it's very like off the beaten path. But it's cool. But you go there, you find out all this info about Katrina. You have to like knock on the door, show her your ID, and then she asks you, it's just like, if you're really a junker, you'd know how old my dad is. And
Really
you have to like
junkie.
you have to like look up Gibson's age and Jordan. Okay, but
Sure.
do you know what my mark on my mark is? And it's like, it's a birthmark. Okay, where is it? On your thigh, shaped like a heart. Like, why do you have to tell her this? Why do you have to know this about, let's be real here, this 14-year-old kid in a Japanese version?
And why
Like,
does
are you telling her
ChatGPT
about-
have this information? Why
Yeah,
does
Right,
this is-
yeah.
know
Why
this?
does Jordan know about this?
This one is not on Gillian. This one is on Kojima.
Yes,
100%. Also, in the
Because
Japanese version,
because-
she asks for her measurements,
yeah.
Oh,
No.
which I will
Oh.
say, because she's a model and because Jordan knows shit like that about everybody, that one feels more believable for being
Then
Jordan information
the heart shaped
than the heart-shaped birthmark thing. Like comparatively, they're both
But
fucked. But
it
one of
almost
them
feels
is-
like he did it. He reverse engineered it, and he was like, "Oh, I'll make her a model, so it's not weird if I have her measurements listed in Jordan's."
So here's
because
something.
because with the wait, really quick, sorry Nick, with like the new with the information you have to give her to like let her know that you know about her and like everything about her birthmark, that is information that like Gibson would have had to feed into Jordan
Right.
as opposed to the measurements thing.
Yeah,
This is getting worse.
Yeah.
So here's something that's fucking crazy. I didn't realize this. Just within the past, like, I think it was like within the past 10 years, maybe less, Japan raised the age of consent from 13 to 16.
Wow.
So the age of consent
Progress.
was
Yeah, we're
thir-
so great.
was
That's crazy.
13. So like that must be why they're like 14 totally fine, like back like in the at this time, which is like,
but it's hard to
That's
say because
nuts.
it's like a lot of times you'll see like creeps on the internet whenever something happens in the UK. They'll be like, "Wow, I mean, the age of consent in the UK is 16," and then actual British people will be like, "Yeah, we still beat those people up if they fuck 16.
Yeah.
Just because it's legal doesn't mean we don't
For
think they're
sure.
fucking weird."
100%.
for sure.
Well, and I think Japan
they
raised
said,
it recently because a lot of people unanimously voted that like 13 is fucked.
That's
Like,
insane by any.
well, and then there was
yeah.
like this one I was reading. There was like this one senator who was basically like, "Well, yeah, but like if a 55-year-old like ends up has been with a 14-year-old, he's going to be in big trouble. Like that's not
Gonna be
Um,
big trouble.
That's
yeah,
correct.
That's the idea, pal.
being a real
Yeah.
fucking Gillian there, dude.
You're being a real killer.
So I have a
Being
quick
a-
Lucy Childs update. So Lucy Childs has only voiced 2 characters in Snatcher. That is it. But 1 year following the release of the Sega CD game, she became a literary agent, and she's like
No
Heather.
way.
She's Heather Graham's literary.
No,
You could
no,
get her as a literary agent.
This is
What the
this
fuck?
is kismet. This is kismet, dude. Could you imagine?
She
you're muting your own
I
mic.
muted my bio. I was so excited. Metal Gear Mark II is your literary agent. David Hayter's doing your fucking
What?
forward.
Audiobook.
You've got to talk to this woman, man.
I think we should ask for more. Yeah, I can't do. We should ask for more money, Gillian.
I have to ask her to do the voice anytime we speak. It's
Oh,
like, sorry,
my God.
Lucy, you got to do
It
the
just,
voice.
it's like a scene like she's
Do
talking.
the
She's like,
voice?
"Okay, Mr. Summerfield," and you're like, "Ah." the voice.
Do the voice.
Yeah.
That's
50%
crazy.
up front.
That's
Wow. So
better.
they do nonfiction, this agency.
Holy shit. Well,
They also, I mean, they
Let's
mostly
go.
do fiction, but they do
There you go.
nonfiction as well. I'm gonna have to. I'll update you at a later date, listeners.
Because like in this moment in time, as we're recording this with your book, you are looking for a literary agent.
Yeah, like
right?
my
That's
goal
crazy.
between April and May, my goal is to put together a pitch packet and submit to like as many agents as I can.
it's a sign from God.
It is.
Yeah. This is great. Thanks. Please, Metal Gear, be my be my agent.
So Katrina, she's at your house. She gives you she's oddly fuck it cool. Yeah, she's
Gillian would love to.
she's oddly calm about her dad dying. She's just kind of like, oh, he
It
I
was
kind of just always expected this was how he was gonna go out, you know?
I mean, she does talk about how he's like a huge absentee father after her mom
Yeah,
died.
it kind of makes sense, I think, a little bit.
Yeah. Well, there also are moments too where she does get like very teary about him, where like it does bubble up, but then she's like,
You get the option to wipe her
That's
tears.
true.
Yeah.
In a
with
row again.
with a handkerchief that Metal's like, didn't you blow your nose in that? He's like, shut
He's like,
up,
shut up.
Metal.
That's very
Yeah,
funny.
Metal Gear's the biggest cock block, and it's
He
phenomenal.
is. It's amazing.
So this is where I'll talk about this a little bit more with like the tonal inconsistency with Gillian, where he's constantly portrayed as both like an extremely capable, emotionally broken sharpshooter kind of guy, but also like this bumbling fucking idiot pervert. And it really takes me out because I can't get a read on who this guy is supposed to be or who he is. And it felt a lot of times like maybe whoever, like Kojima or whoever else was writing this with him, doesn't really know who he is either. It's like Alessio's issue with Snake in Metal Gear Solid 2, but like turned up to 11, where it's like, is this guy a stone cold killer or is he a fucking idiot? Like, which one is it?
Right.
And is a part of the problem with that because of there's so many different actions and ways that you can approach it that it's harder to kind of like.
But I think those things happen for mandatory actions though. Like you'll do something that you have to do,
true.
and he's an
That's
idiot.
true, and those are inconsistent. You're right.
Yeah.
And he's fucking like, Mr. Magooing his way through investigations. At times.
Which if you're gonna do that, go all the way with it and make it Magoo across
and
the
make
board.
it funny.
Well, and the thing that's striking about this scene as well is that like if you just take out like the pervy parts of it, he seems genuinely concerned about this woman's well-being.
Yeah, when you
like he
console
seems
her,
very like
console
like,
has no pervy attached.
at all.
The tear wiping does too.
Yeah,
does.
But it's just like he seems like genuinely concerned about his coworkers, like family, and he wants to like be there for them, and which makes like he's like, well, here's my number, if you need anything let me know. And it's like when he leaves, and it's like it's not presented in a way that's like, hey, here's my number, call me baby. Like it's like, I am here for you, like, but like you can still fucking hit on her. I discovered that if you hit on her enough times, she'll kick you out.
Yes. This is
and then you
the
have
part
to like
I talked to you about getting soft locked out. Like,
you have to like
the house for
I got kicked out of the house
Nick.
because I'm exploring to see like what are the limitations of these dialogue options. And like there's like two, like you have to just keep knocking again and again and again and again and again to get back into the house.
Knocking. And she does finally let you back in, but you can't hit on her anymore if you do this.
Really quickly, I do think that is like this is like classic Kojima though, about that character, the tonal inconsistencies in that he always wants to have his cake and eat it too. He wants to be silly and have fun and be serious at the same time, and he doesn't always flip back and forth. You know, you're gonna have somebody with diarrhea, and then you're gonna have Emma getting shot, to death.
Which I understand. Like I think, like us as a group of people, I think that's kind of like. It's cool. Like all of us are like, we're very serious. I would say intelligent people, but we're also fucking morons at the same time. Like that, you can make that work. But the fact that he's always trying to shoehorn that into his characters and into his writing, I mean, sometimes it is successful. I think Sam Bridges is an example of something that kind of works. But a lot of times, like here, it just fucking completely falls apart, and man, you can't figure out who you're dealing with.
5 letters,
yeah,
one word. Morons.
Well, I think Kojima, whether it's Kojima or his
No, that's
collaborators
6
or
letters. God damn it.
I thought you did it on purpose. That's why I thought it was so
that
funny.
works. It makes it funnier.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Go ahead, Alessia.
I don't know if it's Kojima or his collaborators or whatever, but I will say Kojima does get progressively better at the balance between like
100%.
the stupid shit and the
That's
serious
why
shit.
that's why I'm so excited. That's why I was so excited about PT and why I'm so excited about OD is because like that doesn't feel like the place for like that silliness in a lot of ways.
Do you think there
I wanna
will be
see-
any?
in
I think a
OD,
little bit.
I hope. I think
Yeah.
probably a little
I
bit,
Was
but
there?
I don't
There was
think it's
nothing
gonna
funny
be.
in PT. I
No,
don't think.
no,
No.
not at all.
Not at all.
Well,
from
they
what
were
I
also
Um,
trying to show that as like something you didn't know it was him or anything at all. It was
Oh,
like
that's
supposed to be
true.
Oh,
consistent.
that's true. It would have played his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whiplash is much more here, like between those tonal shifts.
Yeah,
and
sure.
so like you said, you're wiping her tears and consoling her, and then Metal Gear's making a joke about you blew your nose.
Your
in that
snot
thing.
rat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then you hit
Yeah.
persuade. It's still a fucking option. Persuade.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
Gillian literally says, like, well, wouldn't it take your mind off of things if we went out and got some dinner together?
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I mean, it'd be different if you were like, hey, I'm so fucking sorry. Can I like buy you dinner
Yeah.
or
Right.
something?
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
the way he frames it, you're just like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Yeah.
And so you go like
Also,
like,
the
she
game is
takes
straight
you-
up like later. I think it's on another. I think isn't it like Act 2 or something? There's a different point where it's the game itself is going to sexualize Katrina in like an uncomfortable amount.
Oh, good.
Hell
You've
yeah.
seen
let's
the
go.
screenshot, I think, Chad. You used it earlier, or no? It was Nick that used the screenshot earlier. Never mind. Sorry.
She takes you to his office, right? And
Yeah.
you find
Mhm.
Gibson's. He's got his computer.
Yep.
I think
There-
it's a PC-68. Is
Yeah.
what they call it.
And
so just for some context here, you have to search Gibson's office when you're at Junker HQ, and you use the key that you
right.
find on his body
Right.
to open a drawer that has a floppy disk in it.
yeah,
And then
when
you
you
have
go
to
to
check
the
locker.
house-
He's got in his coat. He's got something. I can't remember.
chess
what it
piece.
Yeah,
was.
that's where the
piece.
chess that's where
Yeah,
the chess
right.
piece is.
The
not
chess
on
piece
his
that
person.
seemingly, like literally, Katrina says, "Oh, we've been missing that chess piece." The chessboard says, "Give me the chess piece." Mark II is like, "Hey, that chess piece would go really great right there." And Gillian's like, "Hey, I've got this chess piece, and you can't do anything with it."
okay. I was
drove me
afraid you were
fucking
gonna. I was
nuts.
afraid you were gonna tell me that you could.
No, it
Um,
drove me fucking. I'm like, surely this has to come up again.
I
at
didn't
a
even
later
think
point.
about doing it, so I guess
No,
I
it drove
spent
me
some time
fucking
there.
nuts. I was like, guys, like I was in that room for probably half an hour trying to figure out what to do with this fucking chess piece.
And that little piece of
Um,
paper basically is showing. It's supposed to show like the icon of a floppy disk,
Yeah,
and that's
the-
going to be
the
another little
exclamation
clue. I totally, kind of an unnecessary clue. Like
So this is a lost in translation thing. So in Japan on the PC-88, you use an actual keyboard, right? He has an initial password on his computer before you can access the data. And home on the slip of paper, you just hit the home
Oh,
Yeah.
password.
gotcha.
Okay,
So
that's,
cool.
that's kind of that is
key. Yeah, it's
that's
sick.
cool. And then, which makes a lot more sense because in this version, you're like, why would you need
He
that
just
piece of
drew the
paper?
symbol
And
on
he's
the
like,
floppy disk.
don't forget. So, anyways, you get
I'm
like
floppy at home. Like, what did Gibson mean by this?
you put the disc in, and then you get the information that he's been logging about snatchers that they like are sensitive to the sun. They use sunscreen.
They have a
robot
hospital.
skin cancer.
They get
Yeah.
skin cancer if they're in the sun. That's why they're only out in the winter and
They
at
have that
night.
secret. They have like a secret facility where
Hospital.
they treat the skin stuff.
Yeah.
And I think he had stumbled across the location, is why he got killed.
It's
Right.
implied.
And does he
yeah.
talk about, is this where he talks about Snow Nine as
Yes,
Yeah.
he said they're always accompanied or around Snow Nine for some reason. It's part of his research.
Is Snow
Yeah.
9 a real thing?
well? I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. But yeah, apparently it
Um,
coats everything in like a pollen, which is why people sneeze when the snack.
And here's
Snatchers
my-
are, but Snow Nine is not.
Got it.
Right.
Infowars
Here's my weird thing about it too is just like they use sunscreen in the winter, and it's just like people use sunscreen in the winter.
Maybe
Are
not
we
19,
just like-
not in the 80s though. I guess it's everyone.
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I guess
the
before the
80s was
ozone
fun.
totally
The
got-
80s, You're
yeah,
right. You're right.
trashed,
You're right.
yeah.
That makes sense.
before
that
the
makes sense.
Japanese vending machines ruin the ozone.
Well, there's gonna be a part later, which like obviously he was correct. So I'm not gonna carp on
Sure,
it too much.
sure.
But there's a point later when you find the snatchers that killed Gibson, where they just have sunscreen in their bathroom, and it's just like, is that illegal? Why are we just
Right.
like, they own sunscreen. They're snatchers. It's like that's not.
It does get a little crazy.
How funny would it be if he just
especially
like
with
killed this whole
modernized.
family and then afterwards realized they weren't snatchers?
They were going on a trip to Florida and they were just packing up.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm doing tomorrow. Don't jinx me.
Oh shit! You got any sunscreen?
No.
You snatcher, bitch.
And is this where you hear the dog barking
Yes.
Yeah,
outside?
scared the
Freaks out?
shit out of me.
But this is one of those things where you have to just randomly do a certain number of things before it'll kick in. I think.
yeah,
You have to like search the bush, look at the bush, look at the dog, search the dog.
God,
Oh,
I
yeah,
fucking
even
hated
after
how many
the
times.
Japanese-
Yeah.
Well, no.
Also, this is not what a Doberman sounds like, by the way.
Well, the dissonance too, right? It's like you see the bush shaking. You say, "Look, bush." Gillian goes,
Look,
"Hey,
bush.
Come on, Gillian.
9/11.
Gillian's like, "Man, that bush is shaking." And then you say, "Investigate bush," and he's like, "I don't know, it's too dark."
Yeah,
Can't
they
get
should
over
investigate
there."
bush.
They should have. I wonder
Oh.
if they'll investigate Bush, Gillian,
Metal Gear
for his war crimes.
Earlier,
Gillian?
Metal Gear told you that he had a flashlight
Yes.
mode. So I wonder maybe use Metal Gear flashlight was the thing at this
Oh.
section.
I
and
didn't
just
I didn't even think to.
I
see
never
it,
click
but
use Metal
could
Gear
be.
unless
No,
I'm making a
it's-
call or saving.
Yeah, same.
Right.
So it might have been. Who knows?
But yeah, eventually a crow just flies out of the bush, and
Excuse me,
it
a
was
raven.
a raven. Well, they call it a crow and a raven. They call it a crow in the yard. He tells Katrina that it's a raven.
Take it up with Jeremy.
A crow in the yard is a
Yeah.
raven in the house. You know
In
what
the-
I mean?
A crow in a bush is a raven in the house. You know,
Insane.
You have been saying.
Yeah, but after this, you leave. This is when Gillian gives her his number, his address, and is like, "If you need anything, let me know."
Or you can
and
get
it's
thrown
actually
out.
or you get thrown out. Yeah, one of the two. One of the things that we can do at this point, or any point here, is we can call the number that was on the brandy bottle to set up a thing with Napoleon. When
Yeah, I went
Napoleon
and got
pops
it
up on
after
this, when Napoleon pops up on the screen, I was like, "Bro." And he gets worse.
Napoleon is like old school offensive. Like, do you remember like old caricature style racism that we don't really get
Yes.
anymore? That's like,
Yes.
it's a little nostalgic.
Like with like the thin a little with the thin mustache, and is like
He's got like
he
the
probably,
Fu Manchu going
He
on.
probably
Yeah.
has like the rice patty hat and like all this other stuff. It's just like
Well, he didn't have an accent though, did he? I feel like
He
I
does.
didn't-
no. He sounds.
It's not like a racist
not
caricature
Yeah, it's not like a
accent, but
racist
like,
accent.
Yeah,
but like
but
visually,
it's
you're
very
just
like-
like Jesus.
It's very.
Visually-
It's very like.
I think he's a reference to another reference to Blade Runner. There's the guy that works on the eyeballs that kind of leads you to the next thing a little bit.
yeah.
Who is also very much like a Chinese caricature. So that's I wondered if that was like what that was going for.
He was just like, I'm just making an homage to my film.
making
that I like.
Yeah, you know, Japanese
Don't-
people who are historically xenophobic towards Chinese and Korean. And literally everybody, black people.
We're not going to talk about the character, like the name of a certain character that didn't end up making it into a certain game years later, like Kojima.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
there is, I don't know if I was reading too much into it at this point or what, but there is a moment that comes up when we're near Plato's Cavern where somebody says something about black market and somebody says like quite literally. And I'm like, are there black people around? Is that what this is a reference to? Like, I don't know what the fuck.
There's
you're
also
talking
there's
about.
also like somebody. There's also somebody when you're investigating Plato's Cavern where they talk about like the sunscreen that got bought there, and that the person that bought it was with somebody who looked Jewish.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that line.
You know,
what?
notably creatively directed by a Jewish man.
That's true.
Yeah.
Alton Plaza has some like I like the concept of
I thought
having
you said
like
Aubrey Plaza for a second. I was like,
I
what
I
is
like
she?
Aubrey Plaza. I like that Aubrey Plaza.
yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
I'd like to inspect her if you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Investigate.
Well,
Oh, that's
yeah, but
But I thought it was a cool idea to have like the changing billboard. and
Yeah,
have, like,
it feels
the different
very,
phone
like,
With the numbers
it.
on there. Very cool.
It
feels very, like,
necessarily
find Meryl's number on the box.
Yeah,
It
like
is very
you could
Kodak,
easily
yeah.
ignore it. Like easily ignore it and just look at it as like background and it's going through. And there's several numbers, right? There's like Konami's
Yeah, you
number.
can call
There's
Konami, yeah.
Plato's Cavern.
Plato's
Plato's
Cavern.
Well, Plato's Cavern, I felt like a genius for calling them ahead of time, and then all of
Yes.
a sudden Napoleon's like, why don't you look at the ads, you fucking idiot? And I'm
like,
like, oh man.
they definitely like hint that you need to like look, like stay and look at the things.
The Konami
Did you
is
ever-
very fun though.
Did you ever sell
Climb
any
is
of
fun.
like your used clothes to Plato's Cavern?
I'm glad that I'm not the only one who kept thinking Plato's Closet. the entire time.
Well,
we have a
and I
Plato's
assume-
Closet right next to like my favorite thrift store here. That's right, my clothing thrift store.
I assume it's like a play on like Plato's Cave, which is like
yes,
that,
it has to be,
right?
Yeah.
But like I don't know if there's like a direct reference to that with
They're highly
revealing more.
recommended. If you're not like, if you don't listen to my brother and me, they did an episode like a year or two ago called Plato's Rave, where they don't do
I
any
remember this.
they don't do any advice, but they just spend the entire episode figuring out what like Plato's Rave would look like, and it is the
Holy
funniest
shit.
fucking thing. It is like peak my brother and me content.
It's
And I
great.
highly even if you don't listen to them, I highly recommend that episode. It's so funny.
Really
Why are we
quick,
trying to get to
when you get to Alton Plaza, when you first get there,
The Christmas
surprise,
music.
yeah, it's actually fucking Christmas, which has not come up once yet at this point in the game.
Yeah.
I guess
the
we're
Chris
covering
like
it too early.
yeah, the
music.
Christmas like music is so good though.
It is,
Like-
and when I again sounds like Earthbound, but like when it starts playing too, I don't think like the first few notes I was like, okay, this is just like straight up the Christmas song, and then like I didn't realize that it was gonna be exactly that same song. They don't tell you we're doing Christmas music here.
Hey Nick,
Yeah.
I know you keep talking about the Earthbound thing. Earthbound released 6 years after Snatcher.
Well, yeah,
So Earthbound
sounds
But
like
the same
Snatcher.
year as the Sega CD version.
That's true.
Hell of a year for games.
True.
Hell of a year for games.
Hey, that is a good year.
God, if I could go back in time and just tell myself like buy as many copies of Snatcher as you can at retail and
Well, and
Earthbound.
And
Yeah.
Earthbound,
And
yeah, pick up a few
Earthbound.
of those.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, so when you call Napoleon, you have to give him a password about like, you know, I think it's like the resistance is ended. I think it's like the one that like I think there's
Yeah,
100
I think if you
years,
fuck it up, I
100
remember
year
back in
reign.
the day when I played it, if you fuck it up, you do get hit with a second riddle that's different.
yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And if you fuck it up, Metal does tell you it's just like you need to go look at Jordan about Napoleon and like figure it out. So you go to Alton Plaza, you can look for Napoleon. He comes up, he fucking goddamn even worse than the phone call screen, quite frankly, as far as characters go. And you can talk to him about like Gibson and like what was going on. He tells you that the only place in the city that serves buffalo is a place called Outer Heaven,
Oh shit.
Nice.
Wow.
I love the references.
which is like a club.
I like that Nick goes into like the head bopping cat meme. whenever
Oh,
that
wow,
song
it
comes
is.
on.
Yeah.
He's just
Cat
like,
Jam.
A cat jam, yeah. Which you also discover that in order to go in there, you have to have a mask from a place called Plato's Cavern, and that's when he calls you a
exclusive
fucking
deal.
yeah. And you have to bribe him with cash, which, by the way,
Which I
Mika
love.
gives you cash because there's like some places that don't take credit, so you have to do cash. So you have to bribe him with cash to get this
Multiple
invitation.
times.
Multiple times.
Because
If you do
you
it-
keep hitting roadblocks. Yeah.
But if you do it, like if you try to keep giving more cash, like Metal Gear is like, he's already told us everything. Quit giving him money.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't even
So
think
funny.
to do that. That's
It's so funny.
Between,
But
sorry, good.
I was just quickly between the Napoleon stuff and the Outer Heaven, and then the masks and like this state surveillance that is clearly present in New Kobe. We're kind of seeing like a proto version of Kojima's like unease or disgust towards the information economy. Like the fact that there's this club where anonymity and
Anonymity.
Jesus, the anonymity.
phenomenon. Anonymity.
See an enemy.
Seeing enemies are like it's a leisure that like it's something that like you usually can't get anywhere else because you're constantly being surveilled. An AI supercomputer having knowledge about literally everyone for no reason. All of this stuff. it's like a lot of ideas that he would build upon much later in his career, like Metal Gear Solid 2, like we just talked about. So it's cool to see.
2 in a big.
Oh my god,
way.
yeah, of course. He keeps coming back to this, and I think I don't know if you see any of this in Metal Gear, or this is the first time we see that from him, but it was really cool.
Yeah, he doesn't really talk much about it in Metal Gear 1, 2, or Solid, but obviously in Metal Gear Solid 2, it's the main thrust of the narrative.
Yeah.
One thing I was going to mention too about this area that I was curious about with you guys is like, do you think, because in my mind the game kind of becomes a little bit more open world at this point. Do you think a game like this would have benefited from some sort of like, you can use cash for different things, but you have a finite amount, and then you gotta you got stats that lock you behind certain things. Like, if this was more gamified,
I don't know.
You could. I think like it's nice to like. I think we're here for the story, so I think it's nice to have that narrow focus. And he's definitely being very economical with what's available. That stuff, but.
Yeah, I think aside from like those moments where I was just like, I have no fucking idea what I need to investigate here. Like, I'm not using a guide for this. I think if those systems had been in place, I would be following a guide. So I think like being able to like organically figure out like what's going on. I think I don't know. I just feel like those gamified things to make it like weird and like resource. Like, I don't know if I like that so much for something like this.
Well, I just meant like if it was more of an RPG where you could do multiple routes and play different ways. And I'm not saying that it would be better that way. I'm just curious.
Snatcher.
I'm curious.
I don't know that I would like
from
it
like
for this game.
Like in a 2026 lens, like if this was more like a Disco Elysium or something, but in this.
Oh, that could be cool. Yeah,
it could be. Fun.
Okay, yeah.
If as long as like it didn't add so many more options, that would be frustrating trying to figure out what to do. Like if you had like 50 things to choose from by that time, like, or like how many times do you have to use cash, and would you have to keep going to try to use cash?
Right.
Like with every character at every interaction, it could start to be a lot.
That's a good point.
Well, because even as it is, there's a lot of things you can miss here. Because in doing research, I've come across people commenting on stuff like apparently there's pizza you can eat that I just never.
God, that's such a great scene.
And I was like, what?
Yeah, I didn't do that either.
Yeah, with the Metal Gear, when you go with Metal Gear,
yeah, when you do the Neo Kobe pizza,
yeah. I don't know how I missed stuff like that.
Yeah, it's so funny. Hold on. We'll get there because I'm not done with the plaza.
I didn't know where it happened.
Shut the fuck up, Nick.
Shut up.
Talk about the pizza.
Cis white male. But yeah, so the one thing that I wanted to talk about here was if you investigate a fucking bunch in the plaza, you get some scenes where you have option to pick up women. So you can do it.
Encounter this either.
No,
yeah, you can do it. You can do it 3 times. You do the first one, and he fails pretty spectacularly. The second one, he does okay, and this is where I'm just like, brother, come on. Actually, I'm gonna do the third one because the second one is like something I want to talk about. The second one he does fail, but the third one, he like. The woman's just he's trying to be like, there's snatchers out here and I'm a junker, I can protect you. And she goes, I've already been snatched. And then she's a snatcher. And you're just like, what the fuck? And it says,
holy shit.
Game over ? And then Metal's like, Gillian, wake up. You can't fall asleep here. So he passed out in the plaza and had a dream about
what a fucking idiot.
Hitting on a snatcher. The second one though, we
secretly find out Gillian just wants to fuck snatchers. That's why he took the job.
Yeah. I mean, who amongst us?
I mean, quite
I got
frankly.
a license for this.
Have you seen the titties on those snatchers, brother?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes. But so the second one though. no, please. Oh my god. So you find out. Turn it off. So you find out that you hit on this one woman. She's like in a hurry to get to an appointment. Gillian's like, you could cancel your appointment, and she's like, I guess I could. And he's like, hell yeah, it's time to go for dinner. And then Metal Gear goes, he pulls him aside and goes, I scanned her. It turns out she's a transvestite. And Gillian's like, oh, never mind. And she's like, oh, what's wrong? He's like, no, sorry, I've got something to do. And then Gillian's like, you have to have a warrant to scan people. And Metal's like, I know, I lied. Which is like, so in a vacuum, kind of funny. But then it's like, thank you, Metal, for using the scare of this person being a tranny to ward him off of being attracted to her. That's so cool. So I didn't like that very much personally for no reason.
No.
That's weird. Why didn't you like that?
Yeah, couldn't tell you. But yeah, so then you can go to Plato's Cavern. We can talk about the pizza now, Nick, if you'd like to talk about the Neo Kobe pizza.
When Lily said that, I just heard like a wow, and then saw a she doesn't like that pop up.
Yeah, it sucks, but I'm just like, whatever, dude. But yeah, so you have to use the number on the billboard to call Plato's Cavern to figure out where it is, because Napoleon's like, figure it out, idiot, and then he leaves. So
did you see all the other signs, like the great meals, just having the fucked up letters? It says
like
eat me.
Eat me. It's like burnt out. Yeah.
The 109 building reference being 106, I thought was cool. Yeah. Like the big Shibuya department store.
Oh, right.
But yeah, so you can go now to Plato's Cavern. This is where you get the comment about Konami Black Market, who, what's the difference type of thing.
And prior to this, you can call Konami and you get Taiko Hayasaka answers, who's the PR lead. And she has like a very cute story about like, oh, working on this game has been such a like pleasant experience, and I love the story. And Gillian, I can't wait for what you've got in store. And Gillian's like, what? Yeah. And she's like, it's going to be some fun bumps on the road. Have a great time.
Yeah. All those women who want to romance you, and I'm like, what are we talking about?
Too. Yeah,
they all hate him.
None of the women want to romance him. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, like every dev you call as well is just like, Gillian, how are you even talking to me right now? You're so deep in pussy, brother. Like, it's crazy.
But yeah, so the Neo Kobe pizza, you can like seek out a food booth, and Neo Kobe pizza
is the
pizza for you and me. So apparently it's pizza that you can like you dip in boiling soup, and you don't. The whole thing is like you can't let it linger in there for too long, otherwise it gets too soggy. But it's like a delicacy, and so Gillian and Metal are they're fucking excited about this pizza.
They're on a pizza date together.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's super cute. You need to like look this scene up. It is so cute. Metal can't even eat it, but he's extremely excited. And so they're like sitting in here like waiting for it to come up. It's like, oh, and Metal's like, oh, that one's mine. And he fishes his pizza out. And then Gillian's sitting here like
perfectly,
perfect. And Gillian's here waiting for his to come up, and because when it's done, it floats to the surface, but his never surfaces, and he's like, "Where's my pizza? My Neo Kobe pizza?"
He's so bummed about
it. He's like, "I'm never trying new things again," and he has like a little tantrum about it. It's very funny.
It's very good.
God, it's so good.
That's awesome.
It's a great scene. But you can go into Plato's Cavern,
which is the Konami logo, like on its side, right?
Yeah, it's like tilted over. Yeah,
was going to be called Toy Division, like the Japanese one, but they changed it.
Also on brand.
Also, what a weird name for a fucking pawn shop. Like, why would you call it Joy Division?
Joy Division?
Yeah. I mean, who cares? It's Joy Division,
or maybe not the band. The thing the band was named after, which is way worse.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so you can buy a mask here. You have two options, like a Maui head, which is what I got, and I can't remember.
The mummy.
A mummy.
That's the one that I did.
I did Maui head.
In the 1988 version, the masks are a Moe mask, which I think is from Gradius, and a Da 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 mask, which is an Ultraman reference.
The Moe is like the statue head.
Yeah.
Which also appears in Metal Gear Solid 2. Those statue heads.
But you can ask after you buy the mask or before or whatever, you can ask the clerk about like Gibson, and you learn that like he was kind of like in there like following some guys, and
he's also like oh, that's the fucking sunscreen guy. He's always in here buying sunscreen. And I'm like, what?
Oh, no.
What? Yeah.
And there's also apparently a Chinese doctor has been buying up pretty much their entire supply of sunscreen as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are besides the one behind you, Chad, there are no redheads in this world. They've all been just shot by junkers for buying sunscreen.
Yeah, this is also where you
okay.
where you
That's
have
okay. I was trying to find the through line here.
This is also where you find out that the Chinese doctor was with someone who looked Jewish, which is crazy.
Classic. You know, Jews and Chinese, like peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah. I guess.
So you really just have to get the mask to get back to outer heaven.
Yeah. Well, in outer heaven, the person at the door tells you that like they have an exclusive deal with Plato's Cavern that like you have to buy a mask from them or they will not let you in.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's something that's interesting. The name.
Welcome to outer heaven.
They
talk-
They talk, they talk about they talk about who designs the masks, and it's a real name of it's the person who did the special effects.
Oh,
for
Rick
like
Bakery is who it was, but
Rick Baker is the guy who did like an American Werewolf in
cool, which
Paris,
is what the doorman looks like.
Yeah, and like
that's cool.
Did all of he's like a legend. Like at a very young age, did like crazy special effects and mask work and things like that. So that was a fun reference.
I wonder if they were intentionally, because straight up I have it written out as
100%
bakery.
intentional.
So I wonder if they did that as like a joke
To cover it, for sure. But it's
That's awesome.
Straight up. It's also, they say that he works for in the game here. It's the same thing as like Industrial Light and Magic, but it's called something different. It's called like mechanical wizardry and like something like that. It's like I was picking up on some of these subtle references, and this is something I'm going to ask Jeremy about maybe, but like I'm thinking that maybe that's his touch. But
that's true. Yeah, he did add like a bunch of pop culture-y kind of things. I do, or whomever he worked with. I'm still confused as to who fucking translated.
Right.
But I will say a lot of these movie references make way more sense because Outer Heaven in Japan, it was all movie themed. Yeah. But in the US, we got like all these Konami themed characters because they were,
which is kind of fun.
Right? Yeah,
it is fun.
But like the Rick Baker thing, the werewolf mask, the mummy mask that I got, it's like it all would have fit in better because Outer Heaven in Japan, you had like the fucking Xenomorph is there, like Jason and Terminator and like Freddy Krueger are there.
You got an ape from Planet of the Apes, Kamen Rider, Lily, which is really cool.
Yeah.
C-3PO, the Xenomorph, a kaiju from Ultraman, and the mask that the bartender wears is from the 1955 sci-fi movie, This Island Earth, which I didn't know, but that alien was the visual inspiration for the aliens from Mars Attacks. And that's how I recognize it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, so anyway, instead we get Sparkster, Goemon, Contra,
Mr.
Castlevania.
Ueda.
And then who the fuck is Mr. Ueda?
He's from Lethal Enforcer.
Yeah. He's like in the back.
Everyone's favorite iconic video game character.
The story that they tell,
sorry.
the story that was a legit story about how Lethal Enforcers came out and it was so violent that like a bunch of US senators were just like, we got to stop video game violence. And then they got voted out pretty handily because they weren't actually doing anything about violence.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I think it was the same people we were talking about earlier with the Justifier situation.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I love when you go into the Outer Heaven and you call Isabella over, everybody turns and looks at you like, what the fuck, bro?
And
it's
then
just
she's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, and she comes to talk.
Also,
you guys have anybody else
Isabella
over
Velvet.
first?
Isabella Rossellini, Blue Velvet. That's a fun little reference.
I didn't even think about that. That's great.
I didn't see an option to call anybody other than Isabella.
Yeah, I called the manager over.
Yeah, you can talk to like the manager bartender guy.
Oh yeah, you could. I did that. Like you can order you can order like plates of buffalo, and he's like more. And Metal's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Stop eating.
Stop
you
drinking.
get like a full fucking Bethesda POV convo with the manager if you call the manager over.
At one point, when you're talking to Metal, Gillian's like, oh, look at us. We're just a couple of normal guys in a room full of video game characters. We're the only normal guys in here. And Metal does like a sort of like, sure, Gillian. And you can hear the office like turn and look at the camera fourth wall break moment. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. When you talk to Isabella, another thing that's very funny is that Metal and Gillian argue about who gets to investigate Isabella, and they go back and forth for a little bit.
Well, and then Isabella's
they,
like, "Aren't you gonna investigate me?"
Yeah,
on,
it's like, "What's
me.
wrong? What's wrong? Aren't you gonna investigate me?" And she like,
and Gillian's like, "Oh, actually," yeah. And that's the thing is like, Gillian is definitely one of those dudes where he's like, "I'm fucking hot for everybody," and then the moment somebody's like, "Fucking drop trowel, brother," he's like, "Oh,
he's
actually,
incel behavior." Well, well, he says it would probably take too long to check these you out, which is so fucking stupid. He's such an idiot.
I can't tell if she's supposed to be like a legit actress or a porn star. It's not entirely. They kind of dodge around.
They say she's a hollow actress.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
think she just does like holograms. So I would assume.
And she's like on a break between like she's like on a 6-month hiatus till her next like event or movie or show or something. So she's doing this in between,
just stripping,
which is crazy.
I don't know. I could maybe assume she might be like an adult film star or something.
Yeah,
probably. Can you imagine if it's just like, "Hey guys, we're gonna go on our holiday break for the year. I'm just gonna take up stripping while we wait to come."
Yeah. Hey, do you guys remember that time we went to that weird club and Anne Hathaway was just fucking stripping? like what?
Is that Barbara Streisand?
Barbara. The whole club turns and faces her.
But yeah, so you talk to her. She tells you that this is where you find out that he was forcing himself to eat buffalo and was spitting up blood while waiting for one of the regulars.
Just a normal guy.
And then he was like he like followed the regular out of the restaurant. They weren't together. He was like watching him. And then she gives you like some descriptions of the regular that you have to like remember, because you have to go back to Junker HQ and do a montage, which is really fucking cool.
Create a composite sketch.
Yeah,
this is actually really fucking hard too. I had to redo this multiple times.
One very, very quick thing. In the club there at Outer Heaven, I did like the show my Junker identification.
Oh, they kick you out. They kick you out.
You silly boy.
I know, and they all turn, like all the video game characters like turn and look at you, and they're all just like, there's like, "Get him out of here."
Yeah, the Contra guys are like, "I'm trying to do Liquid Sky in here, dude. What are you doing?"
If you exhaust the dialogue until Metal tells you can't do drinks and food anymore, you leave, and he's like, "That'll be 10,000 credits."
Oh, right.
And he's like, "We can expense this, right?" And Metal's like, "Yeah, right, buddy."
And you can almost hear like the bass and like the credits roll like.
Yeah.
I think my bill is like 1,000 or 500 or something.
Yeah. But you go back to HQ, and it is kind of hard, but you can make some pretty goofy faces, so it's kind of fun to go back through and
Sure.
What's frustrating about it is that the facial qualities don't, like as they're described, they don't always really line up with what it actually looks like in Jordan.
Yeah.
So this part can be a little frustrating.
Especially the hair.
I used a guide for this.
Yeah, I had to look up
the eyes and the hair is what fucked me, and I think I did it 2 or 3 times before I looked it up, and I was literally like one fucking thing off. Like,
This is also a direct Blade Runner reference when Decker is in that, and he's using a computer to try to
you're right, yeah,
figure out what somebody looks like.
You finish the composite, you run it in Jordan, you come up with 2 suspects, a guy named Freddie and a guy named Ivan.
Crazy Ivan's back.
Ivan is back. Yeah. And this is where earlier in the episode I was just like, what the fuck? Because you have to determine which one, because you have to go to Ivan's apartment first before you can go to Freddie's. But it's like,
I was going to ask about that because I just did Ivan.
You
was
have
the
to.
first one on the list.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
What happens if you do Freddie?
He just never answers the door, right? He doesn't answer at all until you go.
That's kind of annoying.
Yeah, Lisa never answers, so you have to like go to Ivan.
Right,
so, but this is where my Blade Runner senses kicked off. I was like, I wonder which of the suspects we should look at. This normal looking guy or Roy Batty? Which one should we investigate? And so that's how I know you go. That's why you have to. So I went to Freddie's. No, I didn't. I went to Ivan's because I was just like, no, I want to see everything that's going on. So I went to Ivan's anyway. But I did find out later that you have to do Ivan's first.
I love the conversation with like the free man outside.
Yeah,
that is cool.
That is fantastic. Real quick before we get to that, the other part of the thing that I thought was weird with the composite sketches is that of the 2, Freddie is clearly the one that looks like the face that you put in, and
Yeah,
Ivan doesn't really
yes.
look like it at all.
Yeah,
So I was
no.
like, well, it's clearly this guy.
Well, and Ivan's
Jordan.
got the higher, it's like 70% or
Mhm.
something. And
Yeah,
then Freddy's
yeah.
got the 65 or whatever.
Yeah.
I like the world building on the free men too, that they're basically like people who have the means, they're fine like financially,
Yeah,
but they
but
just
they
don't want to
just-
be a part of the like
The
of
surveillance
like the
state, yeah.
system and
Yeah.
like
And one
Yeah,
of them
well,
coded
so-
Jordan, which was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Well, so one of them was a programmer that quartered Jordan he saw like enough sick corpo shit that he was just like, I can't do this anymore. One is an illegal immigrant who thought he'd have a better life here. One is he just got sick of his family and his job and just cut his losses.
Fuck yeah.
And then there's an old guy.
whoa,
Yeah.
that was strong. That was really strong.
That was
yeah.
that was charged.
I'm
for-
worried.
Yeah,
hell,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Let me
hell.
out of here.
Yeah. And then
gonna have
there's
to buy a pack of cigarettes.
and then there's an old guy that got dumped by his son.
Well, so they
when
couldn't afford
they-
to keep him in
they
the
couldn't
old
aff-
folks home that he was in. Yeah.
Yes, so they
Yeah.
dumped him there. But they give you his son's phone number, so I guess you can call later. I didn't call. at the
Oh,
time, but
you should watch it. It's a really
I'm
sweet
going to
scene where you tell
next time I pick it up. I'm gonna call. Yeah.
you call this guy and you said like, hey, like your dad's like not doing well, like he's really sick, and obviously the son like kind of perks up and like takes that very seriously, and you're like, he calls your name like every night, and the son's like,
Yeah.
he's like very emotional about it and very remorseful. He's like, I'll be right there. I'll get him off the streets right away.
That's
It's this
good.
really
That's
sweet
good.
little side quest that you can do. Like you get nothing out of it, but it's a cool.
But
little,
still,
little
it's just like-
story.
it's like a
yeah.
human-
You come
moment,
back
yeah.
and the guy just died and the kid never came back.
Oh,
You're like, Jesus Christ. Wrong number. Sorry, bud.
prank caller.
Brink caller. But yeah, so they tell you what his apartment number is if you talk to them. You
They
go
also ask
up.
Gillian if he wants to be a free man. And Gillian's
Yeah,
like,
so you should just join
maybe
us."
later. Let me figure this out.
How much you guys fuck? A lot or
Yeah,
Yeah. Got any girls around here?
any free women?
yeah. But yeah, so you go up to the apartment and you knock and do some investigating. His little eyeballs and the people are
Oh,
so
yeah.
fucking funny. A little creepy, but mostly funny. And then he's finally just like, okay, I'll open the door, and you have to do like a quick draw with him. Where
Yeah, I
he,
fucking,
like,
I got shot. I missed this.
No, I was on
popped him.
point with it. Yeah, I popped.
Yeah.
I got hit once.
Yeah, you hit the button and you like shoot him, and you shoot the gun out of his hand. And Metal's like, "Great job, Gillian. You really de-escalated that situation." And Gillian's like, "I was not planning for that." He was ready to kill that guy. He was like,
He did it by
It's like
accident.
it's like I'm gonna kill. He disarmed him by accident. It's like I wanted to kill this guy, Metal. Basically, is what he says. But that's where you get this scene that's behind Alessio, where he's just like, "You gotta talk. Are you a snatcher?" And he's like, "I don't know, man. I'm just around." And you investigate his filthy
Yeah, he
fucking
puts
apartment.
around.
It's
I'm
crazy.
just around. I just want to
It's-
surf in the sky.
It's
Yeah,
like
'cause he's like a
one
champion
of the most
sky
striking
surfer or
images. Sky surfer, yes, it's one of the most striking images in the game. But it's like it's a viscerally violent shot of Gillian holding the gun inside the mouth of this guy while he's like
It's-
sweating and crying.
It's a little sexual too at the
A
same
little
time.
horny.
Like
Yeah, a little horny.
in like a
Is that a
I
dirty
just think
revolver?
I think
Oh, stinky
in my
mouth.
hungry mouth, hungry mouth.
Yes, hungry mouth.
Stinky
That's
revolver
crazy. That's
in my hungry
kind of
mouth.
crazy. But you
Real
search
quick
his
before
bathroom.
there's a cool thing that gives away the fact that he's even home in the first place is that there's an electric meter outside his door.
Oh, I love
Oh,
that.
that's
And you
yeah.
see that the
used
number
in
is
metal
increasing.
stands.
I was like, that's
It's
a
a great
cool
touch.
What an original
Yeah.
little way to deliver that
That's
information. I
interesting.
thought that was
Yeah.
neat.
I like
that's
that a
good
lot.
detective shit.
Needs more of that, please.
Yeah.
But you also the lighting and the animation of his like face chattering when you talk to him is
Oh,
like,
terrifying.
terrifying. Hate that. Complimentary. Hate that complimentary, for instance. You investigate his bathroom and you find out like he's not a snatcher, he's a drug addict, but because you
And also because he is sun tanning oil, which a snatcher would never
Yes.
have.
oil, which is the opposite of suntan lotion.
My
And you
favorite
can
is
also
when you
like
find the little baggie and Gillian is essentially just like, these are illegal drugs.
I
fucking dork.
saved that picture. It's hilarious.
I was just waiting for
my
like a
God.
winners don't do drugs. to,
Yeah.
like, be on
it was
the
very like that John Mulaney joke about Ice-T in Law and Order, where it's just like it's like You mean this dude likes little girl with pigtails? It's like, yeah, Ice, it's special crimes. You're gonna have to get used to that. It was very much like, oh, legal drugs. Like, yeah, bud, you're gonna find those sometimes. You know?
Yeah.
Because of Gillian finding the drugs, we have one of the best lines, one of the few cool lines that Gillian has when Ivan is like, "Hey man, you fucking shot me." Gillian's like, why don't you put some of your drugs on it?
Yeah, it's very funny. He's like, will you get me a doctor? Because he's selling like narcotics is on the way. So he's like, why did you put some of your drugs on it? It's like, brother.
This is like such a boomer take on drugs.
Oh, yeah.
Like the whole
Just sprinkle some of your drug dust on it.
Yeah. They also had and just to clear any doubt, like you investigate his skin and he's like suntan and stuff like that. So like all this other stuff. So it's very clear he's not a snatcher. But if it, just in case they do get a scan warrant, you scan him, he's human. So then it's time to there it is. Then it's time I was hoping it would show up. You then move to Freddy's apartment. You go
Can
up
we just talk about really quickly, and we talked about this off mic, but Ivan is an air surfer, which apparently he like had this lucrative career. He's like a champion or whatever, but then he threw it all away for drugs. The drug is called Liquid Sky, which
Liquid Sky. Yeah.
Killer fucking
great name.
Drug
great
name.
drug.
Love a good
great drug name.
But
huge drug name guy.
God damn it.
Got him unawares.
Air surfer being like a slang term for a Liquid Sky user. It sounds so fucking sick. Like I know that's not what it is in the game,
right.
but like that would be,
hey, you want to surf some air, dude?
dude.
First taste is free, brother.
I'm still looking at
That's what happens when you do Liquid Sky.
That sounds awesome.
the picture of him too when he does find those. When he finds that Liquid Sky, he looks so disappointed.
Yeah, he does. That's like a parent that found his kid's drug stash under his bed.
He's like,
I told him ahead of time he's a drug addict.
I was just about to kill this man, but I'm so disappointed.
I'm disappointed. I found my kid's marijuana in his shoebox with his Nuts magazine. Like,
what if at the end we realize that Gillian's just been fucked up this whole time? That's why he's like hitting on every single woman. He's just like blitzed out of his fucking mind.
He's just blaming it on the amnesia.
Yeah, they're like, sir, you don't even have amnesia. You've just been like on a bender. Like,
he is Harry DeWalt.
What did you just tell me? I don't remember.
But now we go to Freddy's apartment. Lisa opens the door. Lisa's fucking.
Well, no,
hot.
you gotta
Lisa,
fucking work for this.
You have to like
Lisa.
knock and knock and knock, and she finally opens the door.
I was knocking. I was checking the plate. I was checking the door. I was touching the plate. I was touching.
Freddy is his job is something we've not discussed yet, which is that he's driver of a black cab. Yeah,
a black cab. Yeah, which is like this underground illegal.
Because I think the idea is that all traffic has been automated now. And so if you do want like a legal taxi anywhere, like all customer data obviously is completely recorded, kind of like an Uber situation. Like Waymo, I guess, would be probably more accurate. So black cabs are a big thing in the underworld for people who want to keep secrecy and don't want anyone finding out where they're going. But then also because they're so popular, people are like, they're probably going to get legalized in like April, I think is a lot.
Well, yeah, Lisa is just like,
really
why
cool
is it a big
concept.
deal? It's going to get legalized in April.
Yeah.
So what are we worried about? Yeah, it's very.
Well, notably too, Black Cab is a great British horror film starring Nick Frost as the bad guy. So you should also check
classic
that out.
Nick Frost.
Classic.
No
Huge Nick
relation.
Frost horror guy. Huge Nick Frost horror
I will
guy.
say in New York City, there are a ton of people that are very clearly not taxis.
Right.
You can like hand them like a tenner and they'll just fucking take you wherever you want to go. So
don't
it
like
reminded me
that.
a lot of that. Like I've only had to do it once and I was so fucking sketched out the entire time. I was like,
what was going through your head while you were in that cab? Can you please?
I was just scared.
No.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it was just fucking zoom into my pupil like at an insanely close range. Yeah, I missed my bus and I paid this fucking guy like $10 to just race me to the next bus stop.
What the
It's
fuck?
that speed racer guy that we got in Portland back in 2024.
Yeah. He was actually great, but didn't speak any English, but took me where I needed to go. It was great.
But yeah, no. And the other thing that I don't notice, like when you see Lisa is like standing with like this with her hand on her cheek, and I did not even consider
I didn't clock it
that
at all.
the time. I figured that it was her, but I didn't even clock that, like, you know, because he had like scratched. Anyway, we'll talk.
Yeah,
about
she's
To be
actually
fair,
super sketch.
This is the one time where I was like, I'm never on Gillian's side, but when I saw Lisa, I was like,
yeah.
wobble.
You got like Lisa is like
Lisa.
I'm legitimately I have it broken out by sections, and I have Freddy's apartment, and the first note is Lisa heart eyes emoji. not even shitting you.
Can we talk about Beagle Jerusalem real quick?
Oh God.
I saw that and I was like, what the actual fuck?
Oh, right.
Like, essentially, you're like, yo, where's your husband? And she's like, oh, he's out. And Gillian's like, is he always out at night? And she's like, yeah. And Gillian's like, what was he doing on this night? And she was like, oh, well, I was at my friend's house watching the space shuttle take off, the Beagle Jerusalem. And
Jesus, the ship in the alien monster disaster or whatever.
Oh yeah, I didn't even consider it being a reference to Jesus. Bio monster or whatever.
Tale of the bio monster. She
yeah,
seems
she says
pretty
her
like
friend
distraught.
is the wife of the pilot of the Beagle.
Yeah.
right.
Jerusalem.
That's what it is.
Yeah. She seems pretty distraught about him potentially being a snatcher. She has no idea. She claims. There's also a map of Moscow pre-catastrophe on the wall.
Very weird.
Which you don't find out why he has it, but it is up there.
Yeah, so
she said he just like taped it up like 2 months ago randomly. And
yeah,
like
four months ago he started acting a little bit weird and taped it up on the wall. Yeah,
Snatchers having this weird like red scare vibe to them also kind of adds an additional layer because it's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
well, and you and what's his wife's name? What's Gillian's wife's
Jamie.
name? Jamie, like we're in Siberia, right?
Please.
Before all this, so it's like there's definitely some
Russians also can't be in the sun very long because their skin gets all fucked up.
True.
Only come out in the snow.
Only come out in the winter. That's true.
Snow.
Shouts out.
Hey, Yvonne, write in if you're a snatcher.
Yeah,
where's that? Got that? That sky or whatever the fuck it's called.
Liquid sky.
Yeah, that's it.
You eventually ask her to search her bathroom. She's like, yeah, totally, go ahead. And so you go in there, you search through. There's like this like dope ass bathtub in there.
But the bathtub is full of water.
It's a very weird bathtub.
Bathtub is full of water. It's a very weird.
Doesn't have a
bathtub.
faucet.
He notices it's a weird. Yeah,
he calls out that it's weird. Yeah,
doesn't check it, but it's like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the main event here is that you do find sunscreen in the bathroom, and this is where I'm just like,
a lot of
so owning sunscreen is a problem, and then he's like, it's a lot of fucking sunscreen.
And then you know it's like it's been used recently. It's like, how the fuck do you know?
Did you guys get flashbanged by Gillian in the mirror?
Yes. That scared the fuck out of me.
Like, look,
because it like shifts to the side. Well, it scares the fuck out of you again later.
As well,
and it's like it's super
later.
Scary. But I was not expecting it. It's like kind of creepy. He's just like,
yeah, the way he's looking, it's like,
yeah, it's like, why are you
expression?
Clear your fucking face, bro.
He's got
Fix
that
your
goon
fucking face. But after this, Lisa reveals herself, and she's just like, "You knew, didn't you?" And
this is some of my favorite voice acting in the whole game. She kills this delivery.
Is this when she goes like,
opens her mouth and like there's like a
think
gun
you
in her
know
mouth
all
and stuff.
about us, junker?
dude?
Yes.
So good.
Yeah.
And
then it's terrifying the way they've done this picture where like she reveals like her face is like scratched up and all robotic because she's the snatcher that Gibson scratched before he died and had the DNA under his fingers.
Yeah, and it's also ostensibly possible that she's the one that ripped Gibson's fucking head off.
Yeah, which is like again, the scream at the factory I think was her, and then she got so mad and that's why she twisted his head off.
I didn't even think about that.
That's what I think happened there.
I really like the character consistency too. She's a little too easygoing and welcoming to you to let you in, and I feel like I picked up on this is not something is up with this person.
Yeah, something is up with this
from the
person.
beginning, which I thought was really
well.
cool.
The
And
fact
it's
that
even
they're
like the fact
consistent
that-
with that kind of character writing, but they fuck
not Gillian?
Gillian
Gillian
is
up
so,
so bad.
weird.
Yeah, even down to the fact that it's like it seems like she's letting you into the bathroom because it's a small area where she can ambush you.
100%.
Yeah.
And all this other stuff. So you have to go into a shooting mission, and she's like dip dodging around the screen, and she's like trying to shoot you. So you have to shoot her in the head like 5 times, I think, in order to.
One of the most
to
gruesome
take her
fucking death scenes.
Oh
as
my
well.
god. Yeah, it's just like twisted on the floor. Her face is just like blown up and like exploded. And again, like the Sega CD, she's covered up, but like her titties are all out in the
just like
old
full
version.
nipple, like
Yeah.
crazy in the Japanese
Yeah.
version.
We got Nip.
I just loved it in the US. It's like #1 porn consumers probably on the planet, but also like how dare you show like exposed breasts in anything,
Yeah.
but show us all the
beheaded guy?
headshots
Fuck
you
yeah.
want. Yeah,
Totes.
fuck yeah, dude. Make it work.
But you can
Make it
also see
work.
like her.
Yeah.
You can also see like her like kind of like collapsed on the ground and like all post ultrally with like her fucking face blown out. But you can't.
Yeah, her
God
head's
forbid you
just,
see
like-
a nipple.
Yeah.
God forbid you see a titty.
Yeah.
Do you want
but
to
after-
investigate Gillian or should I?
Real
but
quick,
you-
Lisa's because I think she does such a good job here. I want to shout her out. She is only, as far as IMDb concerned, only ever done 2 roles. One is Lisa, and the other is Katrina Gibson, and that's it.
Oh, she's
It's the-
Katrina too.
It's the same person, and she's never
Wow.
done another voice role ever again.
We got
Dude,
She's
I think
she's
that's
also a
literally
literary
everybody.
agent.
Yeah, I think
She's-
because
yeah.
well, even Lucy had just the 2 characters from Snatcher. Like she'd been on some on-screen shit, but they were the only voices. Like that's something, Nick, we should definitely bring up with Jeremy.
Ask
is,
Jeremy.
That's a
like,
good idea.
Talk to us about. Well, he did the same thing with Silent Hill 2. Like none of those
Right.
people are
Talking-
like professional voice actors.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had a choice.
Yeah, I don't know if he
maybe.
cast them or
Yeah.
not, but we can ask about it.
And but it is interesting, like to make that choice of those 2 being like very similar roles of like the people that welcome you into the house.
Oh,
and,
but 2
you
very
know,
2 different,
but different
results.
outcomes and results. And like, does that kind of like set you up for that a little bit?
For now,
It's good casting.
Mm.
That's the thought process. I wonder about the Japanese voice act.
Oh,
actors.
good question.
Is it the same
Yeah.
person playing both those roles?
Ooh.
Yeah.
who knows?
yeah,
Katrina
so-
might hard candy us in Act 2.
You never know.
Lure
That's
us in.
true.
But yeah, so you leave. God, no, do not play that fucking song. We gotta finish this goddamn episode. So you leave, and then you notice that a light goes on in Freddy's apartment, and they're like, "What the fuck? There was nobody in there.
So
There's only one way in. What the
The
fuck?"
song does
happened?"
play there.
The song does play there, but we're not. We're moving fast. God damn it, Alessio Summerfield.
you just got a Peanuts dance to it.
Yeah.
Like, with a little-
The little like Big Ben dancing, yeah, shuffling. So you go back up. You like try to yell or knock on the door, and Metal's like, "What the fuck is that? What's that gonna do?" I'm inserting the word "fuck" when Metal talks. Metal does not cuss. I'm just doing that on his
No,
behalf.
Metal cusses all the time.
Metal's
cuss.
I think Metal
Oh.
and Bender are like best friends.
Yeah, Metal's torrent, dude.
Oh shit.
Well, Torrent is Torrent and Metal
Torrent
is
is
Metal, but
Torrent.
Metal can
Metal
be
is
Torrent.
metal. Yeah, not all metals are torrent, but all torrents are metal, or something like that. Yeah.
Sure.
But he's like, what is that going to do if somebody's in there? So you can kind of just like go in. He detects motion in the bathroom,
Terrifying.
which is like so scary. You go to the bathrooms, nothing is in there, and then
the water's drained
scene-
of the bathtub.
The water is drained, yes, and then the screen moves to the side, and you see the mirror shot, and fucking Freddy's right behind you,
Oh.
and Metal's like, Gillian, behind you, and it's fucking terrifying. And
You
so
have to use
he's like,
the reflection to like aim
Yes.
the gun. It's crazy.
and it
Because he
does
has a
not
big old
help.
headlock, which is I
Yeah.
assume is what killed Gibson. Is this headlock?
Yeah,
that Freddy
yeah,
gets?
that-
Yeah, maybe, but I think it probably was Lisa.
Terrifying.
But anyway, so
Who would you
um,
rather rip your head off, Freddy or Lisa?
Oh,
Lisa.
fucking
Lisa.
Lisa. Are you
Lisa.
kidding me?
Lisa,
Yeah.
all day, Lisa, please, God, Lisa.
We're becoming more Gillian from the longer it goes.
The transformation will be complete by the end of the season.
I heard those guys judging Gillian the whole episode, and then we get to this
We get to the end and they're fucking augaing over Lisa.
She's only a snatcher. It's not like she's human. It doesn't fucking
Yeah, it's
matter.
I want to snatch her.
Yeah,
if
it's
you know
totally
What if I
fine.
told you
Totally
that
fine.
What if I told you that Snatcher is 14 years old?
Oh no!
Fuck it.
Oh, the Snatchers only appeared like what 10 years before this starts or whatever. Oh fuck!
But we don't know how old they are. We don't know how old they are. They could have
That's
just appeared
true.
one day and they've been around for a long
Jamie,
time. Chad.
Please.
I need the only adult woman that I know of to
my
come
God.
hang out.
I only know one adult woman.
But yeah, so the goal here is to use the shooting to try and like shoot Freddy. You kind of can't do it, and then you hear this like gun blast go off, and who the fuck shows up but my goddamn dude, Random Hajil.
Dylan,
Holy
you
fuck.
son of a
Hajile.
bitch.
Yeah, his name is not Random Hajile, it's Random Hajil. I am a Random Hajil fangirl. I fucking love this.
He's
dude.
extremely
He's
cool.
a bounty hunter. Metal's like, I gotta check your ID number in our system. Yep, you're legit. This guy rules. I love this guy. He's
Dude,
cool.
he
Metal like is
blew Freddy's
fangirling over
fucking
him.
head straight
Yo,
off.
straight smooth off.
Yeah.
Smooth off. Yeah.
Does
it's
does
crazy.
Random give you guys Final Fantasy VII Remake biker soldier
Yeah.
Oh,
vibes?
shit.
Yes. What's his name?
What's his
Oh,
goddamn name?
God.
Is he in Rebirth? I can't.
He's in
Yes,
Rebirth
yes, yeah.
and
You
Remake,
earned it,
yeah.
big boy. What the fuck is his name?
I love
What
it.
is his name? It starts with an. Does it start with an R?
Is it Ryder or some shit?
Roche. Roche.
Roche.
It's Roche.
Yeah.
Yeah, Random gives Random serving.
Roche
I guess
vibes.
Roche is serving.
Huge Roche vibes.
Huge Random vibes.
That's the sound that plays when he blows Freddy's head off.
Dude, it's fucking rad. Like I was
Yeah.
cheering. Like
Yeah. Oh, he's so cool. I love Random Dude. But he's just like, I followed you.
Random dude.
Yeah. He's so random. He's like, yeah, I let you do the investigate. You do the
He
investigating.
does this all the time.
You do the investigating. I come in and do the action, basically. And I was like, this guy
It's like
fucking
it's like this
rules.
cool symbiotic verbal contract who's like, investigating sucks. I don't want to do that shit. I just want to blast
Yeah.
heads.
Yeah.
And then it just
And
hits
Metal-
you with the
Metal
fucking
is-
act one end.
Metal is freaking out too. He's like, wow, Gillian, he's killed 3 Snatchers just this month. And he's like,
4 with
"Ah."
Freddy.
4 including Freddy. So yeah, it's freaking out. And so you get this,
Metal's like, I want to live with him.
yeah, I want to go live with Dad. But you get this, this scene that's behind Nick. If you're watching the $10 video, of like Gillian like side eyeing Random on his fucking Raptor unicycle motor thing. It's so cool. It's so fucking cool.
Yeah, you know
and
who
then
probably respects women? Random.
Random.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Mhm.
like, all I do
The-
is respect women and kill fucking snatchers, and I'm all out of snatchers.
The virgin Gillian and the Gillian seed and the Chad Random Hajil.
100%. Which is crazy because Random 100% is Roy Batty. Like,
Oh yeah,
slash
he is
Sting.
No,
way
A little bit of
more
Dune
Roy
Sting,
Batty.
though, yeah.
Yeah,
a
definitely,
little bit of
definitely more
Dune
Doom
Sting.
Sting, but it's still just like I get Tears in the Rain vibes,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
when is
Yeah.
Random
I-
turning?
I definitely think, and again, Act
You
One,
think
baby.
Random's
I
gonna
do
get
not,
snatched?
I don't think he's gonna. I think that.
I noticed
My
something, but I
theory-
don't know if I want to reveal it in case I'm right.
Come
well,
on,
at
Kojima,
this point,
just
we
let
don't
it-
know.
Let it out.
My
Or does it-
theory is that like he is maybe already snatched, but he's like a good snatcher.
Oh, shit.
I would like that.
Yeah.
Which one, Gillian or Random?
Random. I think random.
Okay,
is.
because I wonder if like based on Blade Runner, I'm wondering about Gillian.
Gillian and Jamie.
Well,
being
Yeah,
the
I'm
fucking
also
snatchers,
wondering
yeah.
about Gillian. Yeah.
In the book, Do Andrews Dream of Electric Sheep, there's like very specifically like the main Blade Runner encounters another Blade Runner from a different department who is a replicant
yeah.
and has to like put him down, and it causes like a whole
Mm.
fucking stir. So
Huh.
like I do
Yeah.
wonder if some of it is. That's actually fucking nuts too, because he like tries
Yeah.
to run away into like a neighboring city's jurisdiction and finds out the entire police force are fucking
Mm.
replicants.
Holy shit.
It's insane. Like it's really cool.
Yeah, for me it's like, yeah, I do wonder about Gillian, but like the Roy Batty comparison is just like, it's so in your face that I just have to wonder if like there's something more to Random as far as like his origins or like what he is. And I think he might be like a good guy Snatcher. And that's going to cause like a whole like mental emotional anguish thing in Act 2.
He's like Arnold from Terminator.
I'm hoping this becomes our buddy cop Act 2, like between these two, like that we see like, at the end, they're still, these two are still tight by the end of this thing.
They're
Until he
kissing,
sees
actually.
Random do some illegal drugs, and then he's
That's
completely shattered.
And he's making that face.
Chad, what's your theory?
So obviously Hajil is a really fucking weird name, and no other name in the game is weird like that. Just flip it backwards.
What is it?
Oh,
backwards?
wait.
Is
It's
it
Elijah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Shit.
Huh.
I don't know what that means, but
I have no idea, because I don't even know. I didn't look this up in in Jordan, but there's been no mention of an Elijah so far.
Well, Elijah was a prophet.
Yeah.
That
who
I
defended the
know.
worship of Yahweh.
And I think is like the one, and like biblically is like the only one who's gone to like speak with God besides
I think you're
maybe
right.
like
Oh, shit.
Moses.
Oh no, Elijah
besides
also brought
Moses.
somebody back from the dead, I thought.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the thing that is hard to pin, right, is like if this was a Western writer and somebody was named after a biblical figure, that stuff would all start to figure in.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like Japanese creators in general,
just
and
like
I'm
the
looking at
names.
you, Neon Genesis Evangelion, they are like religious iconography is fucking sick. Like, let's just throw it in there. So
Have we talked about fucking the Evangelion thing from the Nier guy that's coming at all together?
what's that?
What's-
that's
I can't
it.
remember.
Do you know this? Yoko
Did you
Taro's
not know
doing a
about
new
this?
Evangelion.
Yoko
anime.
Ta-
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Is it
that's
a
what I was trying to
manga?
read.
I think
It's
right?
an anime.
Or is it? Oh, is it straight up an anime?
It's a brand new series. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's sick.
Yeah.
I knew there was something
Anyway.
going on. I just couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of that.
Are all
one.
the
Like
kids
you
going to
said-
be dressed scandalously? Ugh.
Stop.
They'll age them up.
Please.
They're 18 now.
Oscar be 18.
But yeah, so you
I
get
don't like
this
how
end
that
of-
came out.
You get this end of act. You get this end of Act 1 screen that pops up, and then you ask to save your game. That's where we're going to stop for today. Next time we are going to finish the game with Act 2 and Act 3, and then like I said, we have a video coming up after, or an episode coming up after that, where we're going to talk to Jeremy Blaustein about his time working on Snatcher, which he hasn't talked a lot about. So that's going to be very cool.
Yeah, I only found like 2 written interviews, and one of them is literally like constricted to fucking Tumblr, like mature content wall, because they used some screenshots from the game that got it like flagged. So I literally had to make an account to access this fucking Tumblr interview.
Ooh, gross.
Oh yeah, trust me. I used a burner. I was like, nope.
But yeah, so that's what's coming up down the pipe there. We don't have a lot of famo. We just have a couple of Spotify comments, so I'll read those really quick. We've got 2 Spotifys, one from Riley that says, "I love you, Alessio, Lily," in parentheses, so sorry for misspelling before, and Chad in all caps.
Thank you.
But I need my Ames. I mean, James. Bring me the James.
Well, sorry that you had
James
to sit through another episode without James after writing that comment.
Can't keep a Rat
James,
King down.
James should be back for part 2. He's very excited to talk about Snatcher.
And I believe for the Jeremy episode as well.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then we've got a comment from Hercules. I'm one of the 2 people that got that reference, LMAO. Thanks, Lily. Yeet. I'll do the original one. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
Dick. Oh.
Nice.
Dick. Yeah. Dick.
Yeah, I think other than my disappointment with revisiting and discovering that Gillian kind of sucks, I am really loving the game so far.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like as a
It's
game, like it's really
really
cool.
cool.
The vibes
I am
are
enjoying
pretty-
this way
pretty
more than
sick.
Police Knots. Yeah.
Yeah,
Again,
I'm
not
so
to spoil
fucking-
my
I'm
opinion.
so-
You've made me
nervous.
dread Police
I
Knots.
know.
which
You
is-
should.
which
You
is-
should.
My hope is we get to it and Chad's like, LOL, just been fucking with you. This shit is so cool.
I
Like,
need you.
This shit's lit.
We can talk about this more off mic, but so we all need to be on the same page. Everyone has to play the PlayStation version with the fan translation. That is
I have the
considered like
Saturn
the-
version with the American translation.
Is it the same one?
I think it's the same translation.
Okay. Because there's a line that I can't wait for everyone to get to.
No. Okay. Okay, fair
I'm
enough.
hoping-
Yeah, I think they
I'm
both have the
hoping
same
the
translation,
PlayStation
if I remember
Okay.
correctly.
Okay.
I'm gonna have spent all this money, and Chad's like, "Don't play that version."
I paid
But yeah.
$1,500 for this version. I have to play it.
God. But yeah, that's our episode. Nick, thank you for joining us on
Thank
our
you.
on a main line, my friend. It was
Happy
good to
to.
have you. I do want to ask you a question though, Nick, about Metal Gear Mark II, and that is, he has a lot of functions. He has the video call.
Does he listen to Imagine
know,
Dragons?
He does. I mean, I wonder. Do you think he listens to Imagine Dragons, Nick?
Yeah.
Imagine Dragon D's nuts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he can do video calls. He has a flashlight. Yeah. He has a flashlight. He can scan for motion and evidence and stuff. But he has one little section of his body for evidence, and you have to put the evidence somewhere. Where would you say you're placing this evidence?
Don't tell her, Nick. As your lawyer, I'm asking you not to speak to her.
It's just a box.
Woo! Gillian.
Gillian.
It's just a box, Gillian.
Gillian.
Just a box.